I got scammed.
Who'd you get scammed by?
I got locked out of my Facebook. I lost 40,000 followers on Facebook.
No.
They're posting fucking porn on my stories for 3 months, bro.
Somebody did that to me. What's up? Welcome back to Brad Kaufman's Chop Shop. Today we have a very special guest, Jack, aka Nameless James. What is up, Jack?
Hey.
Appreciate you doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Of course,
What's going on, dude?
This is fun. I fucking love that you came out here. So you were in town because you were originally from Chicago?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you live in LA now?
Just south of LA.
Where at?
Like an hour south. Like Dana Point.
Oh, that's kind of near. That's not too far from San Diego, right?
It's a lot closer. It's far as fuck from LA.
It sounds better to say you live in LA.
I always like say it's kind of like here. Like you kind of say like
yes.
Like you say that, and if they know the area, then you like explain a little more
It's like the Chicagoland area.
Exactly.
It's like, what is Chicagoland? Like the Native Americans didn't discover Chicagoland.
Yeah.
This is all of Chicagoland as far as we can see.
Yeah, all the way up to Antioch.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny when you listen to the names. It's like people are like, the Native Americans didn't have this land. You're like, oh, you came up with Antioch and Milwaukee?
Yeah, like the names in Westmont, all the street names are like Iroquois and Black Hawk Heights. And yeah, it's like, yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, so you're from here. What suburb? You said you're from West Suburbs?
Clarendon Hills, Westmont.
Clarendon Hills
area.
and Westmont.
Yeah.
Okay. And you went to, you said Nazareth, right?
Naz, yep.
Fuck yeah. All right, I'm
Shout
from
out
Buffalo
Naz.
Grove. That's fun, man.
BG.
So you're from the area. Did you live here prior to LA?
Yeah. So I lived here my whole life, went to school in Cleveland, and then came back here, lived at home, moved out.
What school did you go to?
John Carroll,
okay.
right here on the hat, blue streaks.
Oh, there you go.
Very small school, guys. Very small school. Played football there, D3.
Did you?
Obviously, you guys can tell by my
your physique, your massive football physique.
Yeah, my 5'8",
start working out
150 pound physique.
Yeah. What position were you?
Corner.
You were corner.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Be fast.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't have very strong labrums.
Yeah?
I tore both.
Really?
Not good.
Did you quit mostly because of injury?
I didn't quit. I ended up playing all 4 years, but it was...
Yeah. I guess there's nowhere to go after college if you didn't go to the pros.
Yeah. Bro,
Did you get an XFL contract?
Not a shot. By the time you're like a sophomore in college, like you kind of know well, first of all, D3, there's such a slim chance that you go to the league. There are guys that have gone. There's guys from my school that have gotten a lot of tryouts or made practice squads and stuff like that.
That's sick.
And other guys in D3 that have gone on to play in the pros, but yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I knew going into college, I'm not playing much at all after college.
Yeah,
obviously. I just like to play.
Was your last game sad? Was it like Rudy?
Honestly, not at all.
Okay.
Last game was I need to get the fuck out of this equipment.
Yeah. You're probably ready to be. You've probably been doing it your whole life.
Yeah, dude. It's so much more of a business in college. Even D3, it's just bro, we had 2 guys that are in the NFL now coaching that were our coaches through college.
They're are they head coaches or coordinators?
One was a head coach and he got fired.
Was it Eberflus?
No. No.
Is that where they got him from? They're this D3 coach would be pretty legit.
Yeah, actually it was
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was Brandon Staley from the Chargers.
Yes.
So he was our defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach all through my college career until my senior year. The whole coaching staff left. So he went to the Bears, actually. He was outside linebackers coach of the Bears when they won in 2018.
Okay.
Like when they had a great defense.
Yeah.
And then he coached.
The Bears have always built themselves up on a good defense. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're right.
Yeah.
You're fucking right. But yeah, and then he ended up obviously becoming a head coach, and like some of our other staff went with him. So it was very like committed and intense in college, even though it was D3. It was like,
because you're playing for people who give a fuck.
Dude, we're playing for people who are trying to like be seen as an NFL coach to
advance their career.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we were just fucking pawns at that point. Like, you know, some people obviously made great relationships with those coaches, but like, dude, it was like 6 a.m. meetings daily. It was
Did you think it was too much, or do you feel like you learned a lot from that coaching style that was helpful?
I mean, I definitely don't regret playing all 4 years.
Really?
Like, it was a lot, but it was like necessary for me. I also just love football.
Yeah.
So I love being like a part of it.
Fuck yeah.
But like it was good with like discipline and like teaching like you can go, you know, on a few hours of sleep and like go to practice, get your shit done. Like, you know, study for finals. Yeah. Like, it definitely
time management, it sounds like.
Dude, ton of time management and just about like life too. Like it also tells you when to like, you know, I was able to like learn about myself and I don't know, just like a lot of life lessons.
I like these questions. I mean, I like this kind of conversation. What do you think you learned from, like, you said I learned about myself. What do you think you learned?
Well, it's kind of like you learn like, you know, I had a couple semesters where I had like 21 credits or 18 credits and like practice and
just
shit
a lot, right?
And games and just a ton of shit going on. So you kind of learn like when you're feeling burnout. Like I feel like that's hard to recognize when you're younger. Like when you're truly burning out.
Oh, I don't think I figured that out yet.
Dude,
I burn out all the time.
I still struggle with it, but like
I didn't know that was a thing I should be figuring out. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm so tired I don't want to do anything for a week.
Yeah.
But I never thought of it as burnout.
Yeah, like maybe it's like the pressure you're putting on yourself or you're doing too much. And so I think those little things, like time management is kind of an obvious one, and like everyone kind of learns that, you know, you have to in college, especially if you're playing a sport. But like some of those other things that you kind of don't realize till later, like, I know how to recognize that within myself a little bit more.
That's dope
because of football and shit like that.
It's like I feel like it's like people who are in the military, they get like so much organization and structure and shit like that. It's not, I don't know if it's similar, but I think it's similar in terms of like the pecking order and shit. Like coach says we gotta be here at 6 a.m. We gotta be here at 6 a.m.
Yeah, like you're there, you're ready. Not like you're there, fucking shoes untied. And like it's also helped with a lot of like post college careers shit because
because you tie your shoes now.
Because I can tie my shoes. No, but like learning like. Yeah, I guess just, you know, how to communicate with people and like show people like, I was able to juggle a lot at a younger age, and like I'm used to that discipline. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, if someone else played like college sport or they just like, they get it, like maybe they didn't play, but they, you know, they understand what goes into like athletics. That helps, I think, a lot too in your like post college career. Like you just have that bond with someone that has done that too. But yeah, you know, I don't know, just learned a lot of those kind of lessons.
What did you go to school for?
Marketing, you know.
Marketing?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It was kind of like an undecided type of thing, and then it was like, you know, that made the most sense, and then I don't know. I didn't really have a plan in college other than to like.
By the way, if you have a plan in college, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like...
Or you're listening to your parents. Like, people are like, I have to be a lawyer or a doctor. Like, you can't be 17 and know.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got, like, some crazy, like some experience when you were younger that was like, I'm gonna be a fucking...
You watch the EMT almost save your mother, but she died.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna be the best doctor ever.
Yes, exactly. Like, I feel like you can't really...
Or if you're the good doctor. You ever watch The Good Doctor? It's this autistic kid who's a doctor.
I've seen the memes.
Yeah, and he's just like...
I am a surgeon.
Yeah, bring me my red crayon. Yeah. I know where it is. And you're like, who is operating?
Yeah.
Letting this guy operate.
Dude, doctors have a different... especially surgeons, they got a different kind of like...
Surgeons are super cocky people.
Oh, that maybe too. I was gonna say they got like a different kind of like mind. Like
that too, yeah.
They're very like I know some surgeons that can like go days without sleeping just because they're so like obsessed with their
Yeah, and I think the mindset that is required to be a surgeon also is the same mindset that causes all the surgeons to have very similar personalities.
Yeah.
Like all the ones I know are extremely cocky. Like if you ever watch how old are you?
29.
29. Did you ever watch Scrubs growing up?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Not really.
If you ever watch any of those doctor shows, all the surgeons are like super cocky. They're hitting on every girl all the time, and they're really like that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, it's like a narcissism thing.
Probably, yeah. You have to be a little bit narcissistic to be like, I'm gonna open up this guy's heart, take it out, rearrange it, put it back, and he's gonna be fine.
It's like all yeah, and then it's like all the
back, dude.
It's like the all the like Botox shows and like botch show doctors too.
Yes.
But I mean, hats off to him. It's like it's a tough thing, and it's crazy too. Like I can't look at blood without being like grossed out.
Oh, you don't like blood?
Not really. I'm kind of like that. I mean, it depends. Like,
is it your blood or somebody else's?
Other injuries. Like I've injured my hand. Like I had to get like 20 stitches in my hand. Just like total kind of freak thing. Like with glass. Like I accidentally broke glass in my hand.
Oh.
And
like a beer glass?
It was like a big sparkling water bottle, but it was glass.
Oh, damn.
And it was empty, and I was picking it up. I wasn't paying attention, and I like hit it against a counter, and it just was like one of those things where like the glass, like it just hit it to where it like just shattered.
Yeah.
And all these pieces went in my hand, and that I was able to look at it and be like, it's kind of gross. I probably need stitches, but like I wasn't like freaking out.
Yeah.
But if I see someone else with like a gross injury,
yeah, I mean, injuries can be pretty gross.
Yeah, dude. Like same like with football. Like,
did you ever get injured?
Like concussions, labrums. Like
how many concussions do you think you had through your life?
Well, only like 2 from football. Only like 2 like bad concussions.
But like 14 in total.
Dude, I had one off a fucking Razor scooter. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, Razor scooters used to be the fucking thing,
bro.
Did you bring it to a skate park?
No.
Thank God.
Way worse. I fucking got an X Factor ramp.
Yeah. Oh.
You remember those?
You scooted it home.
Yeah.
Because you got made fun of too much at the skate park?
Shut up. It's a legitimate sport. No, but I took the fucking X Factor ramp where it's like it has like the up and then the middle and down.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So the trapezoid box.
Exactly. So we're at my buddy's house and he's got like a slanted driveway.
Yeah.
And so we were like, let's put it like halfway down, like kind of towards the end.
Yeah.
And we'll get like a ton of speed, go up, try to get a lot of air, and then go down the other side. But there was like a little like slit in the other side, like the downside of the ramp.
Yeah, you catch a rock, you're going down like a little pebble. Slit will fuck you up.
It was like a slit like this, and the front wheel went right into it.
Damn.
And I went right over the handlebars and just like, dude, it was like a cartoon. I like skidded on my face.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
Like halfway down his drive. Well,
that sounds painful.
Yeah, bro. That was way worse than any like football concussion. That was
Did they say you had a concussion?
Yeah, I was, dude. I was like,
they were like, this.
I like couldn't see for like a good 20 seconds, and then it's like where you get that like heartbeat like in your head.
You feel your
like,
pulse in your ears. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thumping and like
head a lot.
Vision. Yeah, vision was fun. Yeah, how many concussions have you had?
I don't know. I never went to the hospital for any of them.
Fair enough.
But I definitely know about a couple that I've been like. I remember one. So my grandpa would play football every Sunday. I used to live with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And my grandpa would play football every Sunday. And he would take me down sometimes. I remember being like 7 or 8. And he goes, go long. And I'm running in this field. And there is like a foxhole or like a prairie dog hole. Or like someone was just digging for gold down there or some shit. And my foot goes in it. And I fall head first right into like cold, hard, like whatever. Like grass compact. I hit it. I went out for like a minute. And like my grandpa and his friend walked over, and they're like at the time like 60, so they like lived through like World War II era. Yeah, they're like get up, walk it off. And I'm like, okay. And like I walked over to a tree, threw up, and my friend turns to his grandpa and goes, see, he's fine, he's throwing it all up.
Yeah, that's the logic though. I think
so we never
so many grandparents. Yeah.
But I think I'm okay.
You probably had one.
Yeah, oh no, I have like 10 of those memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I took algebra 3 times.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't good at math.
That's how good I was.
I wonder. I'm a beast.
They were like, this guy is good. Put him in Algebra 1 again.
Dude, that's so funny because I was so bad at math in like high school, in college, and maybe it's correlated.
Maybe correlated.
Maybe
if you get hit in the head too many times, just don't do the math.
Don't do the math.
Yeah.
You know, you should be exempt.
You know what was a bullshit movie now that I think about it? Good Will Hunting. That guy would get into fights every day.
Yeah.
And he was a savant at math. He got hit right in the right way to make him smart.
Well, you know what's funny? You bring that up though, is like, you ever see that with people where they get injured,
yes,
and then they wake up with like they
just speak Spanish all of a sudden,
or they speak Spanish, or they have an accent, or like they can do like crazy calculations all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know why we didn't get that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe we got some sort. I'd like to think there's some talent I picked up that I haven't discovered yet.
Okay.
Like to this day, I've never played a round of golf because as long as I don't play, there's this little piece in the back of my head that says you could be great.
You could be the best ever.
There's no meter for me to judge.
I love that mindset.
Right, you got to keep one thing.
Yeah, well, what would it be like? What would that thing be if you did have an undiscovered talent that you had no idea?
What would I want it to be?
Yeah, golf, or would it be something else?
No, not golf. Golf is just the one thing I didn't do, so I'm like, I could.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to play golf.
Yeah, golf. I play golf.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got to know people who play golf. I don't have the time to play golf.
Yeah.
I like the concept of walking on like a beautifully cut green and smoking weed and drinking Modelo's.
Yeah.
That sounds nice to me.
It is nice.
But like I think I would play about 4 holes and go, okay, I'm done, and walk the rest of it with you guys.
Yeah. You know what? Until you it's one of those things. I feel like when you play enough, that like switch just kind of flips, and then you're like, all right, this is fucking awesome. And then it becomes just like one of those personal, like competitive, like self-competitive, like I need to get.
And you know what? Golf is better than you discovering pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golf is better than I mean, there's nothing wrong with pickleball, but if you go play pickleball every Sunday with your boys, you go golf.
Yeah.
You go golf. You play football. You go play some softball.
Yeah. I don't want to get my ass whooped by,
73-year-old woman.
Yep.
Just walks off with a walker and she's just a fucking backboard out there.
Bro, they I don't know what the fuck those ladies are on, bro.
But if I had a talent that I got hit in the head the right way, it would have been to sing. Because I play guitar like a motherfucker, but I could never sing. So I always felt my options were really limited.
Who would you want to sing like?
Oh, it's a good question.
Voice.
It wouldn't even need to be that good. Well, it wouldn't need to be that like world renowned.
Yeah.
I would like to sing like... One, I would like to just be able to carry a tune where I could like put something down on record and be like, I like what I made.
Yeah.
But if I could sing like anybody, probably like Steven Tyler in his like prime. Some prime Aerosmith, those fucking belts and bangers.
Yeah.
That guy could do anything.
I love that.
What, okay, 2 questions. What would be your answer to that? If you got hit in the head the right way and you discovered you got concussed into a special talent?
What would it be? I don't know. It's kind of a tougher question than you realize. Singing's a good one.
Just me.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're different people. All right. I don't know. Singing's a good one. You kind of took a good answer there.
Okay. You could take my answer if you want.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
You could copy me. It's fine.
I don't know, dude. Maybe fucking. I would say something math related, but I just fucking hate math. I wouldn't care.
Do you think you went to math because you're like, I'm bad at math, it'd be fun to be really good at it?
Well, I just think about like all the 60 Minutes interviews with people that get hit in the head, and it's like some sort of math.
It's mostly math related.
It's math, or you speak with an accent. So I'm like,
why?
Yeah.
You just wake up Dutch.
Yeah, bro. Those it's fascinating. It's honestly fascinating.
Have you seen that guy that I think he was born severely autistic, but still, they flew him. He has a perfect photographic memory, and they flew him up over a city he'd never been to. I think it was like Barcelona or something.
Yes.
And he drew the whole skyline down to every specific window. Everything was perfect. The number of windows, the number across, there'd be like a gap because they had some gargoyle statue. He got it all.
Yeah.
On like 48 buildings.
I know exactly the video you're talking about.
Yes.
It's like he did it on like a really long like.
Yes.
In, like,
they
pen.
sent him to some center somewhere, like the Smithsonian.
Yeah. How fucked
like,
up
you
is that?
stay here till you draw this shit.
Yeah, we're gonna lock you in this room. Only way you get food or get out is repaint the whole city by memory.
You just got to give him a little bit of motivation. Don't feed him. Don't give him water. Just give him a reason to do it.
Tell him he got his family locked up in a basement.
So yours would be something with math,
or maybe like stats related. Maybe like sports, like knowing every like every baseball card I've ever looked at, every stat.
You want to be the coolest guy in 8th grade.
Yeah, totally. I want to be able to run fast.
Fuck yeah. I want to be able to jump really, really high in the air and then land without injuring myself.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's
the guy.
There's that guy.
That's crazy.
You know what the secret is? We need to find out what headphones he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's all in the headphone.
Yeah, true.
Okay, next question.
It's just someone telling him how to.
Yeah.
Stop your pen. Go left. Go left. Go up.
Mr. Beast is back there. This will make great content.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Beast.
What did you want to be? Like, kind of on the same vein, but like different. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Like, I feel like everybody has a thing that eventually give up on or grow out of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good one. I mean, I think initially, sports, and then it was like
football. Yeah,
but then it was like music related. Like I'm not really like a musician in any way, but like always liked it, and I started in content by like writing articles actually.
Yes.
So it was like that's why I was telling you about Lyrical Lemonade. You said they're around here. I applied like when they were a blog because they were looking for writers. And I was writing, and I had written like album reviews, just my own opinion. I just like post it on like Medium or places like that. But something like music related from like a non-artist standpoint. I don't know if
from a reviewing or not even producing, more so like a music critic almost.
Yeah, maybe the critic, or like I wouldn't necessarily go that, but maybe say something like like hosting something like this, even like with musicians and like helping people.
Sick.
So that was always, and I still love. I just admire people with like musical ability.
That's sick.
I've got some friends of mine that like I've met who are like awesome, and I just I want to see them do really, really well. And it's just I just have a lot of. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Something in that. Like when I was a kid, I always thought like something music related. So I don't think, that's necessarily like out of the picture.
Yeah, it's not something. That's not something you grow out of. Like for me, what I grew out of was I realized I was never going to play shortstop for the Cubs because I run a 50 in like 14 seconds.
Fair.
Like it just wasn't going to happen. You know.
Yep.
But but like that's something that like is a dream that you could do anytime.
Yeah. I guess like the dream that I grew out of, the dreams were either football. Like I wanted to be a football player. I always loved defense. Like I loved watching like Ed Reed and Brian Dawkins and like all those guys. Like growing up, Urlacher obviously with the Bears and like Charles Tillman.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about Urlacher with hair now?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah, that's so true. And he was such a
spokesperson for the bald community.
Those billboards are annoying.
They're annoying.
I hate the
restored billboards.
Yeah.
Get a fucking hair transplant or don't. I don't care. I don't need Brian Urlacher to tell me.
Yeah. I'm not going to listen to anything that guy says.
I feel like he's ruining his legacy. He was
by taking his biggest insecurity and fixing it.
Yeah,
he's fucking a pussy for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, for fucking 25 years, this dude was the bald champion of the world. Bald guys everywhere looked up to him.
Dude,
and now he's like, I'm gonna sell out and get hair.
He had the eye black and like the barbed wire fucking tattoo.
Yeah.
Like he was intimidating. And with hair, it's a little less.
No, he looks like a fucking insurance salesman. Yeah. He looks like he's going to sell you a 96 Escalade.
Yeah.
For way too much money. He gets up in the morning and he's like, yo, I'm going to fucking sell 100 cars today. Yeah.
He's like that Andy Elliott guy.
Who?
That bald dude. Well, that guy's bald, so I guess maybe not. But you know that guy, that like sales guy? Bro, look that guy up.
Well, can you tell me his name again?
He's out of his mind, this fucking guy.
I love these out of control sales guys.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah, you got
This guy is so full of shit, by the way.
Yeah, he's like, if you don't make fucking $16 million this month,
you're poor.
You must hate your family. Like, that's the only answer.
Have you seen that new workout coach motivator guy who will only work with you if you make over $150K a year?
Oh my God.
It's so funny. I don't think you guys can hear that.
No.
Nick was asking if we've heard of the coach motivator guy that will only work with you, workout coach, if you only make over $150K a year. That's kind of smart. You're like, I don't want to work with anybody poor. I want to make $5,000 to work.
I guess he's like, process of elimination with some of his clientele. 100%. But like, do people with like that like if someone has a lot of money and they're looking for a trainer and they see that guy and they're like, I qualify, are they going to be like, I want to work with that fucking guy?
I think for some, I've met some really competitive rich people who look at it as like a status symbol.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to people, like I've met people who own like boats and shit, and like all they're worried about is now getting the bigger boat because they don't have the biggest boat. It's like a Napoleon or like a small penis complex, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have to have the biggest boat.
Yeah.
Like I could, this is blocking my view. I need a taller house. Yeah. They need it. But there's also a group of people out there who I think if you grew up rich, I don't think you care as much. You're like, oh, just $5,000, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
like just kind of like it's nothing type of.
Right, there's a market for people to spend a lot of money and be like, I don't even know how much this shit costs.
Yeah, that's true. Like if they find a trainer who's just like, yeah, it's $4,000 a session. They're like,
right,
and they don't. They've never thought about that in their life. There's a lot of that in fucking Orange County, bro.
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
And to them, getting skinny is probably like me going skydiving because they're like, I got to get skinny if I want to survive. Yeah. Like if I go skydiving, I'm not doing the Groupon, Yeah. I'll fucking pay a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I keep having a friend who invites me skydiving.
Yeah, have you gone?
No.
Fuck that.
My friend, he's done it. He did it once. It was Josh Ocean Thomas. He was on an earlier episode of the podcast. But he did it once, and then he's obviously an adrenaline junkie because next thing I know, he's like on his 450th solo dive of the year, and he keeps trying to get like other comics and us to go because if he can get 8 people to go, he skydives for free.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like, I don't like these odds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I feel like the more you skydive, the more chances you have to splat, dude.
100%. Like I would do it once and be like, cool, I did it. Like I'm not a paratrooper.
I don't know if I'd do it I don't know if I'd ever do it.
I don't really need to jump out of a plane.
Yeah.
I have enough excitement in my everyday life where I don't look for it elsewhere. Yeah. And by excitement, I mean things that stress me out.
Yeah, fair. Well, it gets the cortisol up, same thing.
Right. It's all relative.
Yeah, 100%. I was gonna say like skydiving is one of those things for me. Like I don't know how you think about like jet skiing or ATVing, like stuff like that. Not that that's,
I like it.
Not that that's as intense as skydiving, but like anything where I'm not like in control, I don't really like jet skiing. It's kind of fun, but you get over it.
Are you sure you're not Jewish?
Maybe
you sound really Jewish. Maybe you sound like all of my family.
My girlfriend's Jewish. My grandma
hanging out with the Jew. Your grandma's Jewish?
Well, no. My grandma was adopted informally, and I just have a hunch
she was adopted
Jewish.
by. Oh, okay. You think before?
Yeah, I think she's just like she was given up, but I think her ancestry,
her biology is Jewish.
Yeah,
her ethnicity. Yeah. I mean, we're big on worrying, and you're doing
short,
a lot of that.
Yeah,
we overthink. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah,
a little bit neurotic.
Yeah.
And, we tend to have a lot of heart disease and cholesterol because we eat a lot of lunch meats and smoked meats. Yeah. And fish. Do you have any of those issues?
I don't know if I have the health issues so much, but I am sure.
We don't know. I don't have them yet.
Yeah. You're like, they're coming.
Yeah. They might be coming. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my ways.
No, I'm not Jewish, but have grown up around and lived around and currently live with
a Jew.
Jew. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I remember I took my dad. I have the reverse. I'm dating a Christmas. I took my dad, who's very Jewish. He runs a temple, to a gun range because we were talking about going shooting, and I've been like 7-8 times. It's fun. It's not that hard. Yeah. And in his head, it became this really big thing, like a gun. So I take him there. And the guy's like, he's a little nervous. He's like, do you teach like a course? And I'm like, just point it down the range and just pull the trigger. And he's like, I don't know. And then the guy catches wind that like this guy's interested in maybe taking a course. And the guy behind the counter is just like, listen, sir, the minute you take that gun out of that holster and point it in front of you, you're responsible for every life you could. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, what?
He's like, when someone enters your home, I'm like, dude, we were just trying to shoot a gun. And it ended up being my dad signed up for a 3-week training course with this guy before he would shoot the gun. That's how Jewish we are.
Yeah. No, I that kind of like that scene like kind of played out in my head. I don't know what your dad looks like, but I had this vision of him, and it's just very funny. He's like, nah, we gotta take this course before I 100% pull this thing out of my fucking. Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to just point nuts? The gun.
Did you hear the guy?
But then he goes in both directions with it, so he's on this angle, right?
Yeah.
But at home, when he wants to talk about it, when we're chilling, he's on this angle where he's like, I talked to my buddy. You can't just own one gun. You have to have 7, one for each room of your house. What are you gonna do if you're in the bathroom and someone breaks in? I'm like, you won't even shoot a gun at the fucking range, and you're already worried about how many guns you need in the house.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me get a BB gun as a kid. Like,
he would not.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same. I ended up getting an airsoft gun, and I would go to my friend Tony Brucato's house, who had paintballs and real guns.
Tony.
And we would shoot and shit. He had his house backed up to a, what do you call it? Like a junkyard.
Oh, yeah.
And we would shoot guns and BB guns.
Nice.
One time, we actually broke into this house under construction with these airsoft guns. We had spray painted all black and just had a fucking airsoft off, like 007 GoldenEye style. And then we realized there were 3 cops in front of the house with guns drawn. Yeah. Because they had seen the guns in the window.
Yeah.
And, I don't even know how I got away with it, but we both jumped out of the 2nd-story balcony onto the ground.
Like in the junkyard? Or...
No, this wasn't his house. This was in his neighborhood. And there was a forest about 100 yards back. And I remember we're both standing there with the guns still like idiots. Like the cops would have for sure killed us.
Yeah.
And like we looked around, we saw one of the guys on his phone like calling something in, and we just sprinted 100 yards to the fucking forest line, and they never caught us.
Buffalo Grove.
Buffalo Grove.
Police department.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Illinois' finest.
Yeah.
But okay, you were talking about something earlier. We were talking about your one hidden talent would be music.
I would,
I'd like music to be, world.
Yeah.
And my question is, you're obviously a huge Lil Wayne fan.
Yeah.
When did you discover your love for Wayne?
My friend in 4th grade, he's like, bro, my brother showed me the song yesterday.
What year is this?
This was like
28. It would
like
be
05, 06 or something?
It was like 07.
Okay. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's when I got on in like 04, 05. I remember my specific time.
Yeah. So in 07, I was 11, 12. Like, 'cause I was born in 95. Yeah. So it was kind of like, once you're like 10, 11, 12, like again, we didn't get phones and shit until we were older than like this, obviously the generation now and stuff. So like, you're pretty sheltered in a way. I went to a really small middle school, grade school, graduated with 17 kids.
Damn.
Like very, very small. So, all the sports were obviously like someone's dad was a coach or it was my dad or like whatever. So it was like, you're not exposed to it as much unless you have older siblings, older cousins, or like friends with older siblings. And I just remember being in line to walk into school one day and my buddy showing me Sky's the Limit. And I was like, I probably had heard Lil Wayne songs before, like mainstream ones that had been on the radio, but like didn't ever think about it.
There wasn't many at that point unless it was later when you heard it.
Yeah, true. Probably like 2007 there really wasn't.
Because Sky's the Limit was probably like 04, 03.
Yeah, well, was it?
Well, like Carter 2 came out in 05.
Yeah.
So what was Sky's the Limit?
I think it was on the Drought 3. I think that was like 07.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We're pulling it up right here. But that's dope. So is Sky's the Limit your favorite Wayne song?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is 03. Maybe I'm just thinking about it in the context of when I first heard it.
Yeah, you're like the only person that I would allow to possibly say they're like a bigger Wayne fan than me. So.
Dude, what's funny though about his music and stuff though is that there's so much of it that it's like, I feel like diehard fans of his music could still have a totally different set of like favorite songs.
It's always
there's so much that everybody falls into a different set of favorites.
Yeah, it's like it's just like I know like artists now still put out a lot. Like Drake's put out music every 2 years or whatever.
You
or
a big Drake fan? I hate Drake.
I liked him for a while.
That's my controversial statement. I fucking hate Drake.
He got a little annoying, I would say, after like
the Kendrick shit.
Even before a little bit, like I didn't listen to CLB really. Like I wasn't like excited to listen to it. Same with the 2020 album. Like what that was Thank Me Later. No, that was not Scorpion.
I didn't really listen to Scorpion.
The one after Scorpion. The Thank Me Later is like one of his OG. I'm thinking of
the dark mixtape, dark demo tapes. They had a couple of tracks on there. For all the dogs was alright.
No, it's the dark demo tapes. Yeah, that was like kind of at the point where I was like, all right, like it's kind of the same Drake.
He's kind of getting too P Diddy-ish for me, and I'm glad that's not on the mic.
Yeah, he is a little bit, and I never liked him since like Hotline Bling and shit came out.
Yeah,
like, this is a dumb song.
Well, he's had some good music, I think, and there's been some good features and stuff. But at the same time, I think he thinks too much about how can I stay relevant versus like how can I, like,
yeah,
you know.
That's an interesting point.
Because like I feel like there's times where, like, there's times, you know, and it's easy to say like for any artist, like their older shit's way better. And because it's like it spoke to you at a time and it was like new then, especially like then you came to expect that shit from artists. So that's why I think later in every artist's career, people are like, oh, their early shit was like their best shit.
I agree with that. But sometimes it's true. Like if you look at Kanye, Kanye, I don't know if you agree. I think Kanye has significantly gone downhill since like his first 4 albums.
Yeah, since probably
Dark Twisted Fantasies.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Life of Pablo still.
I liked a couple of Life of Pablo songs, and I actually liked Ye. I did like Ye.
I wasn't as big of a fan.
You know what? I wasn't either, but you know, I didn't hate it. And then shit just started coming out that I was like,
true.
What is the fucking this shit?
Not as good. Yeah.
He also started losing his mind a little bit.
Yeah, definitely losing his mind.
Kid Cudi got sober. You know, shit changes.
Yeah, true. Kid Cudi's like 2020 album wasn't bad.
We were just talking about it. What's that one you put on earlier?
It was
Man on the Moon 3.
Yeah, Man on the Moon 3 is
That's
damaged.
the 2020 album.
Yeah, that album was. I like that album.
I do
like,
too.
I thought it had
actually.
a lot of good tracks on it. I would say, yeah, like Drake stuff. I just felt like he just like he rapped harder like on his earlier stuff.
People
like,
will reference him as one of the best rappers in their top 5, or would have prior to like this whole Kendrick thing.
Yeah.
And you know, listening to his old shit, I could kind of get it a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you hear, like, if you came into Drake around like I said, Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
You're like, what best rapper alive?
Yeah.
What the
like,
fuck is this shit?
For the people that have, that's a good point. For the people that have no context or interest in going back and listening to old shit, and they've become a fan, like younger generation has become a fan of an artist from a certain time and beyond, and then they rank.
Yeah.
It is frustrating because you're like, I know you don't like, you're saying that and you like don't even know, like you're saying that for like the shitty part. Like I would give you the argument if you used like some of the other stuff.
Correct, but you're a fan of fucking
the bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And every artist for the most part enters a bullshit era or decides to change in a way that maybe we don't agree with, but it will pick up fans and that shit comes out. So for some people they discover that shit.
Yeah.
And you actually made me think of an interesting question. You make a lot of content, obviously.
Yeah.
You were talking about how Drake makes shit more for like the trends than he does for like himself.
Yeah.
When you make things, do you think you follow the trends, or you just go, I think this would be fun to make, or a little bit of both? Because the algorithm's a fucking monster now.
Yeah, I would say a little bit of both. I'm definitely trying to get more into like, I need to like it and think it's funny.
Yeah.
I'd say like there's a lot of like trends that you see, especially TikTok is way more of like a trend kind of app.
TikTok is a big app, but they are all trend based.
All trend based.
Yeah. And the violations are so easy to set off.
Yeah, bro.
I'm sure you deal with that all the time. You probably post a video and it's like banned in this for this reason.
The amount of times I try to go live a decent bit, like since I fucking could on TikTok since like 2020, and like I'd get banned almost every time. And I didn't like do anything wrong.
No.
I would have music on and it would have like, you know, fucking swears in it.
It's
and I would
such a
get
sensitive place.
I'd get banned from going live for fucking harassment or like,
that's crazy.
You know, like Like
probably because it's some robot is listening and it's picking up on those words.
Yeah,
not so.
That's all it is. It's an AI based system. There is no human back behind it, and they'll even tell you that when you get banned. It's like our AI tool has told us this. Do you want to appeal?
Yeah,
which takes 180 days.
Yeah, TikTok has gotten a lot more depressing for creators. I feel like across the board. Like I've seen. It's crazy how many like creators I've seen go from like starting on TikTok during the pandemic when a lot of people did, like myself, and like now they're like, I'll see like a video of theirs will occasionally do well, and every comment is like, oh my God, I haven't seen you on my FYP in forever. Oh my God, I haven't seen your shit in forever. And it's
they really suppress you when you do well, so you could be like, we need the big
and they
fuckers.
say, you know, you get the notifications on your posts, like, do you want to boost this post? You can reach more people, and it's like,
you feel like they suppress you, so you use the boost.
Sometimes I feel like that's like kind of a thing. You don't want to be like you know, I want to be careful to be like, I'm not just blaming TikTok for if my shit's not performing well.
No, but I think there's a level of, you have 1 million followers on TikTok. If it's only going to 3,000 people, that's weird.
I'll have 10 videos in a row do like less than 1,500 views,
which is out of 1 million followers. Statistically,
it could be videos that I've like posted and now I'm reposting to see how they do.
Yeah,
and they don't do well at all.
Does it stress you out at all with this potential ban? Because you have like you've worked really hard to build that following you have. It might be gone. Like, how do you feel about that?
Do we have a lav mic by you? Yeah, sweet.
I'm doing it.
Okay,
sick.
Perfect. Then I don't have to. I was gonna repeat. Yeah.
I'm not super. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that earlier.
I didn't either.
I was like, why is this guy saying what he just said?
Because normally we don't have these. So normally,
that's a good call. No, I'm not super worried, only because they've fucking said this 5 times already.
Yeah, but what if they do?
And honestly, the other point, I've built enough of a following on Instagram where I feel okay. I'd be bummed because like I feel a certain like, you know, I feel like I owe TikTok in a way. Like I started fucking around on there, and like, you know, yeah, it is an app that like if you got in at the right time, like you were blessed with followers if you had high performing videos because no one knew who to follow. You'd like everyone would get on the app, and then
this was like in quarantine, like the blessing of quarantine,
dude,
mixed with high performing videos. That's why we got fucking Tiger King and all this shit,
dude. Yeah,
because everybody just did the same shit.
Yeah, and
if you did different like you did, people are like, this is awesome.
Yeah, anything that you would do, like as long if it performed well, you got followers. Dude. Like my first like million view, something crazy going on again?
Yeah, the bear score. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
It's just flag after flag on the Bears.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Are they all holding?
Wait, I don't know what you were saying. That was good.
At the beginning, like with TikTok, if you had a video do fucking 1 million views, like you got fucking 20,000 followers. Like like over a week you would get that many followers. Like
on Instagram?
On TikTok.
On TikTok.
Instagram with Reels, I did see like big spikes, but it wasn't as like there wasn't as direct of a correlation of like high performing video immediately. Yeah. Like I'd check the app the next day and it'd be like it'd show like how many, you know, it'd do the little pop-up of notifications and it'd be like 3,700 followers. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
And is that your biggest?
Diluted.
Like jump?
Yeah.
Dude, my biggest jump was like February-ish 2021. I went from like 168,000 to I think like 280,000 in like a week.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then
what video that was?
It was like it was this I stitched a video of this girl that was like she was like basically like it was like a Gen Z to Gen Z, like, oh, if you know this like phone number, like if you memorize this phone number, like you're dope. Like I don't know what the fucking intro, I forgot what it was, but it was like from some like current song.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know about that shit, but my generation, and it was like the Kiss Me Through the Phone, like 678 689 8212, I think. it was great because like so many people came in the comments like, yeah, imagine having to remember all of your friends' numbers and your family numbers and whatever. And then
my whole childhood. I remember them all to this day.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I still remember like a lot of my home phone at my my landline at my fucking
Greg Belasco, 847-468-1639.
Who's that, Greg?
Greg Belasco.
Greg Belasco. I'll be giving you a call later, Greg, after a couple more of these.
Oh, his parents don't live there anymore.
Oh.
that was like 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah. But yeah, I think back then it was just like, TikTok was like you'd grow so much if you had a high performing video, and now like you don't get rewarded. Like, dude, even like I've had a string of months on TikTok where I'll have like decently high performing content. Like I'll still, over like a month, I'll still get like 1 million views or like 2 million views or something.
Yeah.
But I'll drop in followers. Like,
really? Because it's not correlated like that anymore.
It's like net negative. Or like now if I have like a 1 million view video, I might get like 200 followers from it.
Dang. Well, yeah. So I recently had a video go do like 750K, which was really big for me.
Yeah.
I think it's like at 800 now, but I got 130 followers, and I'm like, how is that it?
Shouldn't I have in 2020 you would have got like 10,000 followers.
I know, which is crazy. So also, I think one thing you did well, and I think the mark of a good content creator is if you're able to move platforms, because a lot of these people just exist on TikTok because I think they just suck the algorithm's dick all day. Like they're just the dancing girls and the dancing dudes, all that shit. But if you could move to Instagram and you have almost 500,000 followers on Instagram, which I think is people cared enough to follow you over or even discover you there.
Thank you.
So I think, and also I don't think TikTok's going away. I do think if they ban it, I think they will change the company that owns it.
Yeah.
Like it won't be ByteDance any longer.
Yeah.
But they won't change it. And honestly, if it's based in the US, it will have way lesser censorship rules probably.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be an easier place to exist.
That's a good prediction. I feel like it won't fully go away.
It's too big for them to just shut it down.
Yeah, there's too many politicians are getting paid by companies that are advertising to get the data from TikTok. So there's no
it's all
fucking
about
way.
the data. What is with the fucking data? What do I have that you want?
Dude, honestly, I'm okay with the FBI or whoever listening in on my conversations and giving me targeted ads, because then it's like, this is easy as hell. Like, I just need to talk about the shit and get an ad about it now.
Yeah.
But I get your point. Like,
well, what do they want from me? They want to know that I looked up a window on Thursday so I can get bombarded by window ads? Yeah. They want my bank account number? I have a bank account number, I got a social security number, and I got an address.
You ever gotten scammed?
They've been trying.
I got scammed.
I get called from India once every morning.
I got scammed.
Who'd you get scammed by?
I got locked out of my Facebook. I lost 40,000 followers on Facebook.
No.
They're posting fucking porn on my stories for 3 months, bro.
Somebody did that to me.
That's how I know.
But it wasn't.
You're like, wait a minute. You stopped posting that shit on fucking Facebook?
I knew I recognized your face. That was me.
Dude, that was fucked up. And that was totally my fucking fault.
You fell into some shit?
I got fished, bro. I got fucking
fully
fished. Jeremy Wade, River Monsters, fucking hook, line, and sinker.
They didn't pretend to be Jeremy Wade, and you were like, holy shit.
It was like a Gmail, and I was like, this sounds like a legit opportunity. And I'm following shit, and then I was like, wait a minute. It was, but you know what it was? It was one of those days where you're just like, on and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna keep like chipping away at shit I have to do.
Yeah.
And that was like something I just got in my fucking email, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna capitalize on this. Like, it was like
we're gonna address this email right now.
Yeah, dude, it was like a brand deal opportunity, but like I get a lot of spam.
The prince from Nigeria wants to invest.
yeah, it's crazy. He wants me on his podcast. I just have to pay him a $14,000 deposit.
He's got 18 million followers.
Random thought, but you never see any like horror or thriller movies that come from someone getting scammed. You just gave me an idea.
That's a great idea.
Like maybe like a scam that just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
Dude, that's a great idea.
You know, I was at my mom's for Christmas yesterday, and she has like 380 followers on her Instagram. Takes really beautiful pictures, but she's like, I think this famous celebrity liked one of my pictures, and I'm like, holy shit, no way. And she's like, yeah, look, and he messaged me, and it's Liam Neeson .12 something, and I'm like, holy shit. And then I look at his profile, and he's got like 4 followers, and I'm like, Mom, oh my God,
like you
dude.
can't get scammed.
Like
dude,
you're on your like
Bro.
you need to get off the internet.
Moms be getting scammed.
Bro, my mom was just showing me this. She was like, "Look at this hotel," and it was one of those AI things where it was like beds on this like cliff, and it was like
there's a waiter with three legs.
I'm like, just think about it for a second. No hotel would ever have a bed and like an open cliff fucking air.
Yeah,
like
right?
this is AI.
Yeah.
I feel bad for our parents' generation.
I didn't even think of that scam.
My mom calls me once a week for Amazon.
It wasn't necessarily, thank God it wasn't that. I wasn't even thinking that. It was more just like something that she saw on her feed. She was like, oh, I'd love to go here. But that's crazy. Now that
What'd you say?
Like a vacation scam.
A great vacation package, great AI pics, and then only $5,000.
Yep.
You know, and that's
all inclusive in like Venezuela.
That's
and you get
crazy.
It's called the Fire Festival. It's gonna be
yeah.
That's dude.
I think Firefest 2 is gonna happen.
Yeah, who's letting him do that?
Yeah, isn't he like still? Doesn't he still owe money and stuff?
He owes money, and he's supposedly banned from. Will you grab the tequila over here, Nick?
That guy is like
he's a sociopath.
Yeah, that's like a crazy thing.
I get a call once a week from my mom that, did you order this on Amazon? Because I use part of the family Amazon.
Who, Amazon?
Centenario.
Oh,
Amazon doesn't sponsor nobody except
Centenario. If you want the opportunity to sponsor an Irishman and a Jew.
We need our first sponsor.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, wait, do you guys don't have any sponsors yet? Let's get you guys some fucking sponsors.
Yeah, we need some. We just started this project.
I see the dog walker sticker.
Well, that we literally were talking about dog walker earlier. So my girlfriend's the assistant director on The Bear, and they were filming outside of the beef, and all of a sudden all these signs. You okay?
No, I'm good.
We're outside of this warehouse across from where they're filming, and it said, "We love The Bear. Come ring Greenleaf."
Oh, Greenleaf.
And I think that's maybe who owns or whatever.
Green Rose. It was Green Rose, probably.
No, not Green Rose.
Oh, okay.
But they went up. It was the dog walker headquarters.
Oh.
And dude, my girl got so much free weed, and Jeremy Allen White gave her his batch too. So we were smoking. You were there. We were smoking dog walkers for months.
Shout out dog walkers, dude. I've done
dog walkers.
Okay,
I saw you do that thing.
Yeah, I saw your shirt.
So I've had a couple of
pull up his dog walkers.
I've had
TikTok.
On Instagram.
I've had a couple dog walkers brand deals. Shout out fucking dog walkers, and shout out Mateo Communications for the fucking hookup with that brand. So they fucking that's the most recent one.
Dude, that was a fat blunt they gave you.
Bro,
Next time you're in town, bring one of those here.
Bro, I fucking smoked that thing.
Holy shit.
It took me days because I wasn't like a friend. It's for sure a thing to do with like a group.
Yeah, but I like going back to a blunt day after day.
Dude,
Oh,
that
you can hit a good blunt for a week.
It's got a glass tip. It was actually super smooth, like really, really smooth, and it didn't like you've seen like brands or like dispensaries do kind of like big oversized stuff before.
Totally.
But they always canoe or they don't hit or something. Like it was honestly
solid
so
blunt.
nice.
I don't like when they go too over the top with the THC where they're like, and it's rolled in
diamonds
and
all this shit.
This shit in here.
No, they dude, I love this brand because they're like, yeah, whatever you think. Like
my two favorite brands in Chicago is definitely Dog Walkers and 93 Boys.
Oh yeah, 93 Boys.
Good.
Me and Corey work with Vic on the Shy, but
cool.
other than that, like his weed is good. So
I've gotten some of their weed before, just like bought it myself, like out and about. But the Dog Walkers brand, they've just been like really good to me, and like it's like it goes to talking about like working with brands in general. Like they're so just like like you come to us with concepts, we'll work with you. We trust whatever you think.
Really,
and
I like that.
Dude, this thing, they had a lot of talking points, and I talked to the rep that's at the marketing agency that's between them, and was like, hey, like I have an idea for like I'll pretend to be like on a podcast with myself, and that's how I'll talk about it. Yeah. But I can't like script out this whole concept. Like I don't know right now. Like they needed the concept to approve like just the idea, and I'm like I can't give you like line for line. And I've dealt with fucking such bullshit in the past with brands that are like, no, we need you to script everything out, and then I go to do it and you shoot and you realize like there's something that's way better if you just like are able to kind of improvise on the fly. and you can still get the points across, but like, you know, and there's brands that are such sticklers about it. They were like,
I'm sure.
No need. Just go for it, film it, and like have fun with it and be yourself.
That was one of the first, like, I've never really seen them do deal like with anybody else. Have you?
I've seen just on their page, like,
okay.
But before, not really. Like, I would scroll I scrolled their page after I kind of learned a little bit more about them. And funny story is that I've actually like smoked their weed before, and I didn't really realize it until they hit me up.
I thought a dog walker for the longest time was just a smaller joint. Like I go for a little, because I smoke cigars sometimes.
Yeah,
and we call it those little cigars dog walkers.
Dog walkers. That's kind of the concept.
No, I get it, but I didn't realize it was a brand until actually Nick gave me that shit from the bear, and I was like, oh, this is a brand. Dog walker gave this to you.
Yeah,
I thought it was some brand selling dog walkers, but it's a cool concept. Like that's exactly how I use them. The fucking dog.
Yeah. Just go for a little walk, get a little baked, and but no, they're a good brand, and like working with brands like that are like that and allow you to have full creative freedom, and just like I'd charge like half as much for a brand like that than I would for brands that are like, no, you have to follow like exactly what we're saying. Only because it's this thing of like, there's some brands and like marketing companies that come in and they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Let us. Yeah. And you're like, then why the fuck are you coming in?
You want to access my audience. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or you'll have brands that are like, oh, submit like your top 5 concepts, and then they don't choose you. And you're like, I spent time. Like,
it's also a commitment of work. Like, you know, dog walker's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
This other company, you might do all this shit and they make them, we don't want to support this.
That's what they'll do. Like, these other brands are like, well, we want you to submit 5 concepts or 3 concepts or whatever, and then we'll choose the final, and then you do, and then they don't choose you, and you know they're taking that concept and using it for fucking other shit. Like, bro, I went and pitched a concept for a weed brand. I got with some buddies. Shout out Les and Lee at Quick Strike. Fucking super high production. These guys, like, we made a really goofy ad for Zigzag. I don't know how much of this will include, but honestly, fuck them. But what was fucked up was like, I had worked with them on one other thing. I told them rates. They were like, nah. And I was like, look, I'll go. Like, honestly, it'd be great for me to work with a brand like Zigzag. They honestly paid me shit for what, I would normally like want to do with a big brand, like work with, especially a tobacco brand and a weed brand that could like jeopardize future shit. Money. Bro, I fucking...
They're the biggest name in fucking...
One video I did for them, highest performing video on their Instagram, 2.5 fucking million views, like killed it. And I said, hey, do you want to work together again? And they were like, yeah, but can you give us like more of a discount? And I'm like, you guys are fucked up. Like, I charge you guys like fucking a couple $100 for this shit. And I would charge like, and it's not about like
those aren't your rates. That's just what you did for Zigzag.
I'll do free stuff for brands that are like friendly. Like, there's no rules or regulations around what a creator like can charge and what companies. It's all about like, if everyone feels like they're getting the value that they put in, then it doesn't matter. Like, whatever. But like Zigzag fucking, they were just like rude. So anyway, fucking after that video did really well, I was like, okay, maybe I get with some buddies, we create something really cool and pitch them like a character to like make like a bunch
like
of
a recurring thing.
Not that they have to like if they hate it, they hate it, whatever. Send them that shit. They were like, oh, so cool. Like, this is great. Let us talk to you about this in a little bit. Dude, a fucking month later, they had a photo shoot. It was like the same theme. It was the 70s brown, like kind of like smoky, hazy theme that we had. The character's name was Zigzagurdy. And they fucking copied it like so like blatantly.
That's fucked up. That should be a lot of places like SNL is pretty well known for doing that,
dude.
Because they accept writers packets from everybody every year. Yeah, and a lot of those ideas get used. I remember the first time I encountered it at Second City. That's why I quit Second City.
Really,
one of the Second City people was like, just so you guys know, anything you create here is technically a owned by us, it's not because we created it first. It's because there's a stream of consciousness happening where people pick into the same. I was like, this is insane.
You guys are fucking bullshit.
But there really are no laws protecting that. Like, unless you had people sign an NDA before you sent an idea, which really wouldn't even be viable. Like, for the most, like, who's going to do all that?
Yeah,
spend legal money when 100 other people won't.
That's also like crazy too, because then you jeopardize like your opportunity. Like, oh fuck, if I cause friction and say you need to sign an NDA,
we don't want to deal with them. It's going to cost 5 hours of an attorney's time to review this.
Yeah, and like, who does he think he is? Send an NDA, but then you get fucking, you get taken advantage of.
You get fucked.
Yeah, literally. Like the zigzag thing again. They didn't need to fucking like. They didn't need to like the character or whatever we pitched them. We didn't pitch them anything with like any sort of rate. We were just like, hey, this concept is cool. Like, we think it's cool. We want to work with you guys more on a regular basis. And there were some other things that this person there had said like they needed help with. And I said, I can help with that from a consulting side. Like, I can find other creators who would do stuff for like not a lot of money. And like, it'd be fair on both sides and whatever. And the guy like, they kind of led me on with that, and then they didn't want to work together in that capacity either. But it was just like oh, cool, this is sweet. Let me get back to you. And then they took the 420 dog face guy that had the ocean spray.
I remember that.
That's the photo shoot. He was in their photo shoot that was like modeled after our fucking
so they took your shit and went to like a bigger TikTok celebrity of the moment.
Yeah, and they didn't do the whole character, but it was just the look and feel of
fucked up.
Of their last like 420 campaign.
Well, from now on, I'm only buying raw papers.
Yeah, like if you go to I'll show you guys later. It's
for like content creators who are just getting going, or at least like they're rocking and rolling, but who haven't had brand deals yet.
Yeah.
Would you say they should reach out to brands they want to work with, and not wait for brands to want to work with you? Because that's probably not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, dude. No, like you're spot on. Definitely should reach out. My experience was, again, I got lucky with the timing with TikTok. It was like I had gotten 1 or 2 brand deals. I think the first paid brand deal I got was like $100 from Brewmate. Shout out Brewmate. They're kind of like koozies, but they're like metal. So you can like your beer, White Claw, say like super cold, but then they double as like a thermos, if you want to use it. But getting that brand deal from them, actually, I think like posting that is what led to an influx of deals. And then it just kind of like self-perpetuated where
it's like social proof, right?
Totally. It's like if someone working at some other brand saw me doing something for a brand, they might go to their manager and be like, hey, he does influencer marketing deals. But now it's like, so a lot of things came inbound, but especially now, like even myself, I do a lot of outreach on my own, and I should do more. And I definitely think newer creators should do outreach, because there's so much now that brands don't have the time. Like, you got people sitting on these teams trying to find creators, but they're on a time constraint and they're on a budget constraint. So it's like, if you can help them out by putting yourself in front of them and saying like, hey, if you have any campaigns, this is the type of shit I do, you're probably going to get hit back with like hey, maybe not now, but soon. Or like, we do have a campaign. Here's our budget. Like, what can you do for us?
I'm sure there's not really many creators like attacking companies like, hey, let me pitch your company, so they probably love to see it.
Dude, it's a lot of agents or agencies that represent creators. But the thing is, those agencies have these partnerships with the clients or these brands, and they're more of like a go-between, and they're not necessarily like if I was signed to like an agent, they'd be pitching me on a list of like 10 other creators to a brand that they partner with and they're really friendly with, versus like what you're saying, which people should do, is just as a creator yourself, go for any brand that you think that you want to work with. Like, start with the ones that you're most passionate about, the shit that you own in your closet or in your kitchen or wherever. Like, just be like, because it's easier for you at that point. Like,
because you have a passion for it. Obviously,
you use
you know about it too.
Totally. Yeah. And then, there's like being persistent with them to like, say that you're open to working together, and saying that you're independent, like you're not signed to anybody, because then they don't have to pay additional money to cover the fee for an agent. That's something that's helped me, I think. Like, I've tried.
So you've stayed unsigned on purpose?
Yeah.
And you obviously have a lot of followers. I'm sure agents approach you all the time.
Yeah. I've gotten I've had, talks with a lot of just the influencer marketing agencies, like not as many with the, you know, traditional like talent representation, I guess, like for like actors and things like that. I've had one or two of those, like bigger ones, but yeah, dude, there's all these agencies now that are like creator specific or influencer specific.
Interesting.
And they, it's the same shit. It's like, you know, oh, we're going to pitch you to all these brands and all this shit. And it's just 25%. And, you know,
25% is a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Especially if you consider people typically who have agents have managers and have lawyers. Like, and then taxes.
Dude, the standard's like 20-ish in the
20% is standard.
And
I don't know about that world, but yeah, I would think 20% standard across the board.
But dude, there's so many of these agencies that are like, I'm like, hey, I would love to work with you guys, and if you guys can help me do outbound, like I need people to do outreach for me, that would help me a shitload. But anything that comes to me directly, like I want to handle, and I, you know, if you guys handle it, like, would you be able to take 10% instead of 20?
Well, you're just pushing paper at the end of the day instead of actually helping me.
And they're like, no. And they're like, no, it's 20% across the board.
They want everything you touch?
And I'm like, yeah, dude, even some of these agencies want, dude, bro. Some of these agencies...
That just shows how...
They want creator fund
useless
money.
They are.
Bro, some of them want creator fund money. Like, they want, like, if you made, like, $100 on Instagram last month, they would want, like, their 20%.
Are they broke?
20%.
What the fuck?
Dude, some of them are shameless. And it's like...
I mean, first of all, I mean, I think it goes back to what you were saying. Like, you don't want to get into business with somebody shitty, which is why I guess you're selective in who you work with. Like, you'd rather work with a small brand that's cool and you like and is easy to work with than somebody's going to steal your shit.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And it's crazy how some of the big brands are... Now you have other big brands or companies that are pretty open and flexible, and that's great. And they usually... What it usually is, it's like they hire a middleman marketing agency, and those marketing agencies are just run really well, and they get it. They're like, hey, client,
so it's like affiliate marketing?
Not necessarily affiliate. It's just like a go-between. It's like they might have like McDonald's as a client, and then they also might have like a roster of creators.
I get it.
But the good ones will say to the client, they'll be like, you guys need to shut the fuck up about like how structured this video needs to be. I mean, McDonald's is pretty, like a brand like that's
big corporation,
pretty structured. But like a middle-sized company that still has a lot of money, like the good middleman agencies will tell those companies like, you need to listen to the creators. And it's great to find those middleman companies that know what they're doing. I've had middleman agencies that like I've worked with them before, and then they reach out to me on a new project like they've never spoken with me. They're like, hey, I'm this person from... I'm like, we just did a deal together. Like,
yeah, right?
So it's like I know you're not fucking... You don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Do you... So, like, outside of the brand partnerships and stuff like that, like... Well, I guess first when you got into it, did you want to be a content creator? Or did you start making shit? Or like, were you like, this is funny?
Yeah.
What inspired it?
Bro, it was like COVID. I got fucking let go, you know? Like a lot of people did.
Fuck yeah.
And I was, like I was saying earlier, I was writing. That was like, I first started at this company. It was a startup, and all we would do is like ghostwrite articles for people. So if they wanted to publish something, we would just like author it for them.
No fucking way.
We'd interview them, and like how it would work is we'd get on like a monthly retainer with them where it was like a certain number of articles. Then we'd help with like a bunch of their LinkedIn posts every month.
Oh, so you were like running their marketing aspect of their business almost.
It was like all their written
blog posts, Instagram, LinkedIn.
blog, not as much Instagram, LinkedIn for sure, some Twitter, X, and then mostly.
So these are like companies, like medical supplies bullshit or
could
something.
Could be like a biotech company, like, and it would be the founder of that company, and they would be like. It'd be
make me sound smart.
The approach would be like, cool. Hey, instead of like press about you written in the third person, why don't we like help you be the author of an article as the CEO?
That's a good angle.
Because you look way more like you care a lot more about your industry.
Yes.
Instead of like someone saying like so and so CEO is making big changes. It's like if you're writing these things, like you look like you care a lot more. So the business model was like, pitch that form of marketing, ghostwrite for people to help them become like a thought leader and influencer through like written marketing. Yeah. So that was where I was at. And then, COVID, I started fucking around and making shit online because I was like, if I can write if I can build a following as a writer, which I was able to do a little bit on like Medium, and some other platforms, like if I can build a following as a writer, I think I can like apply this to like video content and just like.
Was that like a dream of yours in the background the whole time, or you just you figured it out one day?
Dude, it was like there's a bunch of people at the company I was working at that were on TikTok, and then I wasn't on it, but they were on it all the time. And then COVID hit, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get TikTok because
that's when I got TikTok too."
Yeah, I'm gonna
right when COVID hit.
COVID hit, and I got fired, and I was like, "I'm gonna get TikTok." And then I said, "I'm not gonna
bored, and I got time."
Yeah, and then it was like, I'm not just gonna get it to like. I did want to just like waste time and scroll on it. Yeah. But I was like, I might as well just make a fucking video.
Totally.
So that's where Nameless James came from. Is like I didn't want my mom knowing I was fucking around on TikTok, so I didn't want to like put my name. And then like I just started putting videos out, and after like 10 days, I had like a decently high performing video, like 300,000 views or something.
Damn.
And yeah, I was just like, okay, well, marketing background, like I think if I just like keep this up, I can like use this as like, you know, some sort of form of credibility for myself.
Yeah, you could build a business for yourself out of this shit.
That's basically what it was. So now it's like, you know, I have, as a creator, that's like my, you know, day job. And then my the other side of things is like consultant now.
You help people build brands and do what you do, essentially?
Yeah, so I have like a list of clients.
Tell me about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I have a list of clients that are like, you know, some are like it's their personal page, and others it's like a brand page or a company page. My girlfriend and I work together on a lot of this stuff, so like she has a lot of complementary skill sets, like event marketing and branding.
Oh, like nice. Is that what she does?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. She started in like the med legal space, so like way harder to be like to actually put on events and do this form of marketing in. So like the creative side of the stuff is a lot easier, especially for her. But like, you know, her having that kind of background, like very good with like. I like a big ideas person, so like would help consult marketing teams on their branding, especially in the legal space. It was really outdated, medical space really outdated. And then with my credibility on like building a following and the fact that I like do it every day for myself, it's kind of like when we talk to people who could potentially be a client, it's like,
of course,
you know, I'm not trying to sell you like if you want to work together, you know, let's find something that works for all of us. Let's make really clear expectations about it too. Like there's some clients where it's super high touch, where I'm doing, you know, her and I are doing everything from like conceptualization and strategy to like the actual posting. Yeah. And then there's other people where it's like just helping someone on their marketing team with an idea or two, and like checking in with them on a regular basis and like keeping them up to date with things I see as a creator. Yeah. You know, which is it's a lot, you know, that's a lot easier to manage because it's, you know, it's less involved on a day-to-day. But
it's so interesting that you like built a social media brand, and then you obviously get branding deals from that. Yeah. And you're like, hey, I built this brand. Let me also help. Like we were just talking about that guy. Who was that guy you pulled up?
The which one?
Sales guy?
The Andy Elliott guy? Yeah.
Well, that's how they work. Not in the same, like, obviously you're for real. Yeah, but those guys are like, let me just make as much noise as I can online and sell a course to teach people how to do this bullshit.
That's very true.
Andrew Tate is the Hustlers University.
That's very true.
But see, smart people, they would listen to you because you're not selling them bullshit. You're not driving around in 4 different Bugattis, you know, like it's nice. It's
not just for show.
It's actually, for me, it's refreshing to see you start to put out content to help creators, because I feel like I can trust you more than the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even there's so many people trying to sell their coaching too, but they also, you don't see the proof of like building over a period of time, you know, like you clearly have hundreds of videos where you weren't trying to sell bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So like hats, like, you know, I see good shit for that.
Are you about to say hats off to you?
I appreciate it.
No, like I just love authenticity, and like he wasn't trying to sell something ever until like he was like, hey, I could help people. Yeah. But that's out of like genuine
Yeah,
you know,
like so. I've been like doing the consulting side for a while because I've been doing it pretty much since I started on TikTok because I still had the credibility as a writer. Like
you were a writer the whole time.
I had built a following. Like I would just publish like articles about like, all right, here's where I see content marketing is going. Here's where I see this is going. I would do like album reviews. So like being able to like have a voice that way, it wasn't so much of like a. To me, I'm like, I have enough credibility with being able to work with whoever trusts me and is like actually committed. Like I'm down to work together. I'm not trying to work with anyone just to make money because there's a threshold. Like if someone wants to build a following and we get an organic relationship and a conversation about it, like I'll have tons of those conversations and like I'll help people edit shit without ever bringing up like wanting to charge them or like anything like that. But it's just a threshold. Like eventually it comes to a point where it's like, all right, like if you want regular help on a regular bit, like why don't we formalize this a little bit?
Brad, I'm really sorry.
Taking
really
that much
sorry.
of
Last
time.
question. But
no,
like,
do your thing, man.
Would you
I wanted you to ask questions.
That like your life before content creation, like just your friends, your network, you being a college athlete, building eyes from that, would you say that stuff like definitely kind of helped a little bit, at least get that first 1,000 or like a couple thousand?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, when I
do you owe hats off to those people for supporting you being your first 100, 200 followers?
Are you saying like are you asking like if I had any following like kind of prior to becoming
no, like just would you say just like so you started content creation after college, right?
Yeah, like so yeah.
In college, what was your social media like at that time?
Yeah, so my social media, it was just kind of the normal person's Instagram. Obviously, didn't have TikTok. I didn't have YouTube.
Did you notice support from those people?
So I didn't start posting my my video stuff on like my original personal stuff. Like I started a whole new TikTok and Instagram for Nameless James.
Sort of new page. So you got your like main thing that you talk to your friends on and shit. Then you got your fucking page.
Yeah, honestly, like once like the Nameless James pages started taking off, like I wasn't really on my personal one and haven't been on anymore because like now I'm on Instagram and shit so much that like I want to get off of it more than I want to be on it.
It's a balance.
Yeah, but the first people that followed me as a creator, as like Nameless James, like, and the ones that have stayed, are like, there's a lot of really genuine, like, people that I've built a connection with through, just them following for a long time, and like those are the people that I listen to the most, like with like feedback. Like I'll,
ride or dies.
Dude, I had someone like comment something the other day on a video that was like, "Hey, I've been following since like the beginning, and I liked all this stuff you did before, and I liked some of this other stuff you did, but like this video I love. Like I love to see you doing this type of shit." Because it was kind of like a different video than what I normally post, and that hit, and it's not my highest performing video or anything, but like I value that opinion because it was me trying to do something different. Someone recognized it, and they like I've seen everything you do, and this is like this is where I see you have the highest ceiling. Like the other stuff is great to like build the following, but and it means a lot from someone that's followed for a long time to leave a comment like that. So
yeah. Because you could move directions, like we were talking earlier, like with artists, you could do something different and everybody hates it, or you could do something different and like people don't like it, but like you don't care because your fucking ride or dies love it. You're my first 10,000. You follow because like we like similar shit.
Yeah, 100%. So those people I think you value the most, like their opinions. At YouTube right now, I don't have like a big following on YouTube, but I have some people that are, like giving me like feedback and advice. Yeah. And like those are the people that I know like later once the YouTube like starts performing a lot more and pops off, like, they're the people that told me to do these other things. So
hell yeah. What's up? It's Professor Pizza.
Hey.
He fucking made it.
Pizza.
How did you get in here?
Oh my God. Yeah, how did you get in here? What up, dude? Professor Pizza in the house.
I was like, if I don't run up there right now, I may not get in.
Question for you while they're doing that.
You want to go hop in?
Yeah.
Yeah, hop into the seat right here.
right over
Why don't you guys introduce Professor Pizza?
You guys know each other?
This is Nameless James,
I do watch your
aka
videos
Jack.
online, though. I think you're super funny.
I'm Jack.
I hit you up
What's up, dude?
Fuck yeah,
many
dude. What
moons
up?
ago.
Yeah, I love the.
Good to see you. Thanks for swinging
man.
through.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it. He was fucking slinging pizzas all day.
Slanging,
That's
dude.
right.
Came through, man.
That's right.
Appreciate it,
Dishing
dude.
around.
Of course.
Professor Pizza is just a fan of fucking everything. He loves
Hell
comedy. He loves music.
All the good
Fuck
things.
yeah.
Also,
in
big
life.
Wayne fan, I assume.
What's up now?
Lil Wayne fan.
Oh, for sure.
We were
Yeah.
talking Lil Wayne earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, we were
Absolutely.
talking. Fucking, this is the biggest Lil Wayne fan on the planet.
Oh, I love that.
I'm up there, but I also like, I don't want to.
you're-
I don't want to look like a creep either.
No. You're strong feelings.
I didn't
about
say.
the
I didn't
Super
say you
Bowl
had
halftime?
sex with him.
Honestly,
You guys already talked that? Am I reading?
No,
we
what-
did it. Great
about-
conversation.
About the Beyonce halftime.
No, the
Oh, Kendrick.
I'll take a drink.
Kendrick
Yeah.
Super Bowl thing. I mean,
Whatever
dude.
you guys are pouring, I'll take some tequila. Absolutely.
Here,
Yeah, we're
I
doing
got
a
you in the
tequila.
tequila, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah, the whole Super Bowl thing, dude. I mean, I'll take a little bit more.
you,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you.
Dude,
Honestly, bro,
Anytime.
if you've seen Kendrick perform at all these other things like the Grammys and shit, it's such a production.
Oh, decent.
Like,
It's good tequila. But
Yeah.
it is
So
good.
say
tequila.
again, if you see Kendrick perform at other,
Yeah, like
Things.
I get why they pick Kendrick. Like
For sure.
his stuff
This
is such
really his moment in pop culture, anyway.
a yeah, true, very true.
Cheers.
man.
Yeah.
I'm popping until Brad gets back.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah. It's you boys.
No one's seen my face yet.
Happy holidays.
What's up,
to
guys?
all.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. I'm gonna drink Brad's. Let's see what
But-
Day after
This is-
Christmas,
this is,
second day of Hanukkah.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Hanukkah. And day 2, my girlfriend is Jewish, and we
Wait, does everyone have a Jewish girlfriend?
have you done the whole what is it? Is it Passover when they do the big meal thing?
I haven't. No, we haven't
Okay.
done that with her family.
Yeah, we her parents celebrate every holiday, and it's
Nice.
amazing. They're so dope. They're from Glencoe, so like
Oh, yeah.
you would think North Shore
North
really
Shore.
stuck up, but
Yeah.
they're so amazing, and we celebrate every holiday. But my dad's Jewish, my mom's not, so I'm not. But it's awesome. I love culture.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
crossing new
Absolutely.
experiences.
Totally.
I used to live next door to some Ethiopian sisters. Have you ever met anyone from there?
Ethiopia.
Uh-uh.
Come on now.
I mean, it
One of
was
my favorites.
Probably bomb.
They
So good.
you
Looks good.
if they offer you anything, you have to accept, even if you really don't want to. Even if it's the 8th shot of Henny, or if it's
They
the
really
vegetable
throw 'em back,
whatever
yeah.
they make. If you don't accept it, holy cow,
gonna be
man.
problematic.
It's like the most offensive thing you
It's
could
very
do.
offensive.
Good thing the
It's very
food is
Fair.
banging.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a Jewish thing too. No, like with accepting gifts.
I mean,
Not as much, but maybe it's the Jewish moms.
I mean,
It
there's
could be, yeah.
it's more like
The
the
buddies.
no, you're taking this fucking home.
For
Like
sure the
her
butt.
mother's
yeah,
very giving. All right,
they're just
Brad,
caring.
Brad
That's what it
Kofman,
is.
everybody.
Hey,
No, I don't know what's going on.
We talk about Jewish moms. I know
welcome
about
back.
those.
Welcome back.
Oh, here's your drink.
Oh, thank you.
Hey. Yeah, we were talking about Jewish moms a little bit.
What about them? Talking about your future in-laws or some shit?
No, but I mean, we could get on that subject if you want. No, more like just the caring nature. He was talking
Oh.
about Ethiopian neighbors being like, you have to
Yeah.
accept this gift, and I feel like that's kind of
Oh yeah.
similar in
vibes,
Jewish
similar
culture.
Well, you know, a lot of Ethiopians are Jews.
Really?
Ethiopian Jews are the only people outside of Jews that have Jewish blood that can be traced back to like Israel and shit.
Huh.
So like Ethiopian Jews are super. There's a lot of like shit about them, like
Yeah.
not like positive shit. Like they think the 10 Commandments are hidden somewhere in Ethiopia being guarded.
Oh,
they have a
I've-
bunch of Jewish temples there.
I've seen something about
Indiana Jones.
No, but no, I saw something kind of recently about I don't know if it was 10 Commandments, but it was something in an Ethiopian
Yes.
like I don't know if it was a temple or a church. I don't know if I can't remember now what it was.
There's a shit ton of Ethiopian Jews.
But it was like the Ethiopian government was like, nah, no one can come see it, but we have it.
For sure.
That was the 10 Commandments.
And everyone's like,
Don't you worry about it.
Everyone's
Don't you
like,
worry
they
about
do kind of have it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they have it.
Even the Jews agree that
Yeah.
they have it, and they don't want people to see it because what's Ethiopia going to do about it? Like, for sure we got it. It's worth
Yeah.
a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Someone go get it.
Dude.
How was
Yeah.
your day, Professor Pizza?
Yeah, how was it?
It was good. I mean,
You slinging pizzas all day?
It's light for us today at the pizzeria, day after Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Thanks for coming out, guys. The day after Christmas.
Yeah.
As a Jew, I forget Christmas happened.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You'd be proud. So we had some Jewish family in yesterday too. So we lit the menorah.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
I am proud.
Chinese food, and it was pretty fantastic.
Classic.
Was it at home with your parents?
Yeah.
So they still live in Hawthorne Woods?
A stone's throw away from there in Long Grove.
They
in
still
Long
live
Grove.
at
But, like-
123 Golf Avenue.
Not far.
Your mom's socials 987341529.
He's like Hawthorne Heights. I'm like, whoa.
When he was on the podcast, which is coming out next week, well,
Nice.
we won't see. All right, anyway.
Yeah, we can announce it's coming
they
out,
They found
yeah.
out that they... Like, he was like, wait, do you know this girl? And then
I
he's like,
found
wait,
out
are you
that-
DJ Tony? So he like dated his next door neighbor for 3 years. They had no idea.
He was next door to my high school neighbor, and I knew this guy like when I was in high school growing up, and then we reconnected via Erica too, like a couple times like post college, and I always remembered him. And then he grew a mustache and started making pizza, and I had seen him around the comedy scene so much because he goes everywhere. He's at Zany's, he's at Lincoln Lodge. He's really embedded into the comedy scene.
Yeah.
Humboldt Jungle,
For sure.
Music too, a bunch of
Professional
things.
comedy fan, I'd like to say.
Fuck
Love
yeah.
that.
And I'm like, Professor Pizza, shit's dope. And then I ran into you, I was doing paper machete one time, and you bought some pizza, and I had a slice. I was like, this is delicious. And we start chopping it up on the podcast.
Condon special.
Bobby Condon special.
Oh man.
We start chopping it up on the podcast, and I'm like,
legend.
fucking Tony from back home.
You're like, no
I,
fucking way.
Couldn't believe it. I didn't recognize you with the mustache.
Dude.
I do
so
like
great.
it.
That is
makes
a
you look
fierce,
little bit Italian.
That is a fierce stash.
Thank you.
Are you Italian at all?
For sure. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Scardino, yeah.
Fully
Absolutely.
Italian, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly. I haven't done the ancestry, DNA thing. But,
No, nobody cares, but like you,
But it's my whole it's
sauce
my,
or gravy?
Sauce. Now here's the thing. I think
Do you
it's.
agree?
I think gravy
I'm
is
Irish.
appropriate if there's meat being like cooked in it, braised in it. you
Okay,
know?
so if there's like chunks of meat in it.
Yeah, it comes from like a Neapolitan kind of Sunday gravy or sugo or ragu, where they're like cooking all different, tough cuts or sausages.
So is
in it.
bolognese a sauce or a gravy then?
I think it's its own thing entirely. So that bolognese. Oh fuck!
You
Bolognese.
got a you got a backhand to the face.
Bolognese is
I'm
bolognese-
uncultured.
No, it's a good question. It's a ragu from Bologna, Italy. So that's kind of where it gets its name, bolognese, from.
That makes
Which
sense.
is also like the birthplace of mortadella, which is Italian.
That I did not
Bologna,
know.
i.e.
Bolognese, bologna.
Italy.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Fucking
So-
genius over here.
Bolognese is probably my favorite.
I love
If
a
I
good
was going
bolognese.
like a pepperdelle with like a
Yeah.
so
Thick cut
good.
I
pasta
like the thick
vinaigrette.
noodle. Good thick noodle choice.
Yeah, good stuff.
I just have to say this in the moment so it doesn't invade my brain anymore. I've been just, watching your videos since, I think the first one was you at the bus stop singing Akon. I'm sure
man.
it's like, that popped off for you.
Yeah,
But,
those videos have always done
but that's
well.
so long ago for you at this point, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was like 2021. I think I started doing like kind of regularly.
Definitely
posting.
when I sent out to a million people.
Dude, cheers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Is that when you started
you live
too?
here in Chicago?
I live in California now.
Okay, for
but
sure.
from here,
So it's working now.
I want to be. Honestly, I moved more for a relationship than for work.
Okay.
It was long distance.
Well, hopefully you see both.
Yeah, we've talked about moving out of there. I mean, we like it down there. There's a lot.
L.A., I imagine?
It's like an hour south, like South Orange County.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we're honestly closer to San Diego a little bit.
Okay.
But it's definitely helped as a creator to be out in that space.
Yeah.
And then it's helped from like a consulting side. I've told these guys I've done some like social media consulting and advising. That's kind of
Okay.
like the other half of my
Yeah.
life. And
Makes sense.
people in that area, I think in LA in general, are more willing to. They understand. I think the social
The
media.
culture around it, the business around
Yeah,
it.
like restaurants here do that. Like venues here
Sure.
understand it, but
Yeah.
like the day-to-day business, like we have like attorneys that are clients and like other
They can't
things.
see the tangibility in it. as
Yeah,
much, and it's
totally, 100%. So like more traditional industries in LA, I think still see the.
But it works for everything. Like,
Yeah.
there's for sure this attorney that has been helping a lot of rappers and just like I don't know, people that need help.
Yeah.
for sure. And she's popping off on TikTok and social media.
Should we shout her out? Who
Because
is
she's
it?
talking-
I don't know her name off the top of my head, but
But you remember that You know, there's someone out there doing it. Yeah.
I'm sure it's hit your algorithms by now, but
yeah.
I mean, you would think that it's like if you're not in a traditionally creative avenue or industry, that it may not benefit you, but like really it'll benefit anything. And
yeah.
Like, you get out of it, I imagine, what you put into it, and that's been the case for our pizzeria. But
yeah,
like you said, like restaurants by now, it's like it's barely an option. You have to.
You got to do it. Yeah. Dude, what's the IG for the pizzeria?
Professor Pizza.
All right. I figured it was.
And what's funny is you'll follow it, and then you'll message me, and then you'll see a DM from me years ago where I'm offering you pizza.
Oh fuck, dude!
For real,
bro.
Yeah.
If you want to
see if it comes up,
if you want to see my fucking message request, it's all.
Oh, I'm sure you're popping.
All fucking no.
It's all porn. I'm definitely in there too a lot.
It's all, dude. No, it's all porn.
Oh yeah.
It's all.
They want you to do porn, or they want to send you porn.
It's like these scam groups. That's how I got scammed. I was telling her earlier.
I get that too, but I'm on it, dude.
Bro, I'm not on it. At some point I lost it.
So how did Brad get through? Because he's verified.
I think so.
Maybe that's why.
I think I showed you the DM.
I just DM'd you.
Yeah, I feel like I saw. Because look, some come into
2029.
I probably came into general instead of
2019 or something.
The majority of shit comes into this
filtered folder.
This hidden folder.
Yeah, I have that one.
What is a real influencer's IG look?
Very few and far between come into this all category, and then some come into story replies. And then all of it's in hidden.
It sucks because there was an era where, like, if you were verified, you were gonna get premium. Like, you're gonna go to the top of the list. And now, myself included, you pay for it, and everybody can be verified. Anybody can be verified, and so it's kind of taken. Not that I'm looking for the cachet, but like I am trying to use Instagram as a tool, and that's made it less effective, in my opinion. So you get allowing anybody to be. Blue checks.
Yeah, you get the check mark when you pay for it, but if you actually get verified, you get all those benefits. They're two different things, but from your audience's eyes, they can't tell the difference.
For sure.
You could still get verified and get all those benefits.
I paid for my verification because I couldn't get approved. Like I had press and all this shit, and I
didn't get approved.
No, and I even found someone at Meta that's like now my creator rep. Like she's great. She helps with issues when I have problems.
Yep.
But like she would even. I would ask her. I was like, hey, like I have people like pretending to be me and posting my shit and like making money. Can I please like get verified? And she would try to help, and like she couldn't get through.
Do you need more like publications with citable like
that's what they said, but like I still had like decent amount of shit where it was like I did the MLB. I was part of like a 2022 creator class, so I was like all like there's a lot of articles where I was in like that's enough press.
That should be enough.
MLB itself.
So they do actually say being mentioned in an article, they don't care. The whole article's got to be about you.
Yeah, that's just what's annoying.
Like,
hey Jack, do you do SEO for yourself?
Not a lot of SEO. I've tried with YouTube more to like focus more on like whatever I'm titling something or writing in a description. But
SEO is just completely different of an animal, you know.
Yeah. And SEO on like TikTok's focusing so much on SEO. I feel like the anything you write as your caption on TikTok is now like they prioritize like SEO. So there's stuff where I've posted a video and I've written a caption that was like it made sense with the context of the video, but like the caption alone, like no one's gonna search that and find my video. But yet TikTok is recommending that as like the search. And I'm like, all right, this is just getting like you guys got to stop with the AI like using AI to like manage and organize everything, because
we were just talking about that's what TikTok does. It uses AI to violate everything.
Yeah,
it's like
hashtags are dead, and it's like
they really are.
There's no real. They just finally came out and said it. They're like that will actually.
They're gonna phase it out.
Not help you.
Your proliferation throughout the algorithm if you're using that.
On TikTok, I haven't used hashtags in a long time because
I didn't know that.
I've like occasionally I'll just like, you know, especially if my shit's not doing well, I'll maybe try and just see if it makes a difference. But
for sure,
I haven't used them on there really at all.
I I got a question for you. From a consulting, you said you do a lot of consulting, like trying to tell people what's trending or like what they should maybe work on and do. What do you think is coming next? Do you think it's still on TikTok? Do you think it's moving back to Instagram? Do we have another app? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's always probably going to be another app, and like I think like in general, like live streaming and stuff. Like, you know what's actually a crazy thing to think about? I don't live stream much at all.
Just started getting.
But if you think about fucking Kai Cenat, like,
I know.
Dude has.
I don't think about him either.
Does it really matter?
I've actually become a fan recently.
Oh, dude, you do think about him,
dude. It's crazy to me that he's the most followed streamer, and he doesn't even have 1 million followers. So like, if you think about that.
You're saying it's
that
an untapped
category,
market?
That streaming space, I feel like in like 5-7 years, like probably sooner than that, but like if you think about 5 years, like there's gonna be so many more people streaming just because there's gonna be more deals, more live selling. Well, like Gary Vee always talks about it.
To show you that like it really is more important to have that like ultra dedicated micro audience,
totally,
the people that actually do ride for you,
totally,
as
and interact.
Pure numbers, because I mean, here's a guy who could not have proven his success more through streaming. I think he's making several $1 million a month.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of nutty, but it's there's no secret to it.
Yeah.
He does it all day. Every day, pretty much, you know.
Dude, he crushes it, and like, you know, obviously he's done really big, totally consistency. He's done a lot of big things now, and it's just that if there's any sort of like where everything's going, you see Gary Vee talk about fucking TikTok live selling and like fucking live shop, and he could be annoying with that stuff, but like
sell all your silverware and
but yeah,
live at home, in your backyard,
live under your carpet, but he's always really stressed like the live selling thing, and he's right, because like there's some people that I know that work at TikTok, and like they could give a fuck about being a social media platform right now. They're trying to compete with Amazon,
right?
With shopping.
They want to be a store.
They want more people shopping on TikTok than Amazon.
Is that where they demonetize
from there? But it's still like
I don't trust it.
It's a predatory structure. It's like, oh, you want this like ramen that cooks itself with the little packet in it? You got to buy 6 of them before you can actually have any of them delivered to you. And it's like, I want to try it, guys. I don't want to like get like $60-$70 in a ramen.
I've never bought anything on the TikTok shop that came through the way it was supposed to. Like I never bought anything on the TikTok shop that came through like it was supposed to.
Yeah.
I got tricked into buying like one. It was like gangster outfits, and it was like the Tony Soprano uniform. And I got this fucking polo and this fucking overcoat and these
Did
like
it fit nice?
jeans.
Like halfway decent quality?
No, it was like little Chinese boy sizes. I got like a triple XL because they said run small, and I'm an XL.
Yeah.
I got it. I've never had a polo so fucking tight. The pants were capris, and I was like, "What is this shit,
dude?" I bet
it's
some
Temu.
off of like the Instagram shop or Facebook shop.
Yeah,
that's a little bit more legit.
Yeah,
agreed.
TikTok's just Alibaba.
I've never bought anything off Temu or like Shein.
Dude, I was about to say, have you seen that girl that bought a mattress on Temu through
it's
TikTok
like a
shop?
Couch like this
dude, it's crazy. It's like on the bed frame, and it's like the size of this table.
Oh my god!
And like the bed frame is like a single bed or something, like a single or a queen.
So dumb,
dude. It's so funny. But yeah, I don't know. I like in terms of back to your original question, like kind of like what you were saying. You kind of answered it with like, it's really just like finding how can you like get more and more of like a core audience. Ride or dies. Like if you can get them, that's what matters the most, because it only takes them one time for you to say something to buy it. If we're talking about like converting, like it takes you one time to say something for them to buy it versus like 12 times for you to say it to a stranger for them to maybe buy it.
Totally. It's like making a sale. You got to fucking approach them 20
you're
times.
Blurring the lines. It's like they've got these parasocial relationships with you as soon as you go on to live and begin to answer their questions from the live chat, where it's like, okay, now this is a little bit more interactive. I feel like I am having a conversation with this creator.
Is this the bed?
That's the bed that she got off TV, bro.
Fucking wild.
Bro, so
what is it, a queen size mattress with a roach on it?
Dude, it's so funny.
How much was
That's what you get when you buy through TikTok shop. What's crazy too is I'll get all these ads, or not ads, but I'll get emails as like a creator that's like, you should be on TikTok shop. And it's like all these TikTok emails.
Do you merch?
I do have some merch. I have some shirts that I made with my guy Nate from Blueberry Hill. Shout out Nate and Blueberry Hill. Honestly, fucking his brand Blueberry Hill. I wear his shit constantly.
Okay.
And this is my.
What's it called?
Do you know what blanks he uses?
I don't honestly. I can. He's definitely a little more meticulous though, because when I wanted to do some shirts, which we did, I want to do some new stuff. I want to do hats and stuff, but he was like, I was like, Nate, you gotta run with it because you know what the fuck you're talking about.
What's it called? Blueberry Hill.
Blueberry Hill. His shit is awesome.
That's tough.
But if you go to his Instagram, Blueberry Hill. There's a lot of Blueberry Hill breakfast places, but if you go to Instagram, I probably have tagged them in some of my videos too.
Crazy to bring my rig up here?
No, it wouldn't be crazy at all. Go for it.
Right, that's the one.
You're on camera, by the way.
So this is not showing all of his collection either. Like, there's a lot of other.
I really like that.
Dude, yeah, his shit's just comfy.
So you're at the top. Oh, you don't? Okay.
Just if he's just gonna go get something from his car, Nick. If you want to let him back in.
But I gotta do more. Dedicated like merch. The thing about merch is like I don't want to fucking sell some stuff that I'm not like. I love the stuff that I made with him, but like I don't want to sell things that don't make sense for me. I should do some more hats and stuff because I'm always wearing hats and
I like that angle. It's like starting a business. You want less SKUs.
Yeah.
Sell 3 things you really can deliver on.
Yeah.
And then later expand maybe, but you don't even have to.
Yeah. Like,
did the Bears just score? Yeah. Can you put the game up here real quick?
Yeah, no way. Who scored?
This might be the last touchdown we see them score all.
Is that a defensive
year.
touchdown? It has to be.
They're all defensive touchdowns these days.
No way offensive scored.
The way he ran it back real slow looked defensive. Here it is. No,
Yeah.
this ain't it. Is it it?
Yeah, that's the play, I think.
Oh, you rewind it. You can rewind.
No, that's not the play.
The only problem is I have Geno Smith for one of my fantasy leagues. That's the problem.
You know what? Just let the Bears be good and lose your fantasy league.
That's okay. Well, it's actually a league that I'm fighting to stay out of last place in, so. I just don't want to do the punishment.
I quit fantasy so many times.
I'm in.
What's your punishment?
I'm in the championship, and honestly, in this league, I don't know. I think it's the Waffle House one.
You have to go to what is the punishment? You have to stay at Waffle House for 24 hours?
Yeah, or you eat 24 pancakes. Like an hour for every waffle.
Waffle you eat to come off your time?
Yeah.
I'll eat 12 waffles so fucking fast.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I feel like I could do that too. But you know what I think my strategy would be?
What?
Is go there and sit as long as I can without eating.
Till you get really hungry?
Until I get hungry as fuck.
Fuck yeah. That's smart as shit.
And then go fucking eat. Oh, is this how they scored?
Yes. Nobody even went after him? Did they think there was a flag? Can you rewind a little bit more?
Yes.
I gotta see this again.
So you don't know him. He did kind of seem like he was trying
Let's see if he was down. Oh, he was not down. I think they got that out. Oh, maybe.
Right here?
But his knee might have been on the ground when they...
It looks like they counted it. It's still 9 or 10-6.
Unless they scored right after.
No, that's the play.
That's the play that they scored on?
Oh, wait, you can't do it right here, though.
Okay,
for sure.
So wait,
You can do it right there.
Did they
can't
count
do it
it?
right here.
I want to see them. I want to see them call this a touchdown.
Is the game on right now?
Ban me. Yeah, we got the game on. Dude, we were talking earlier, and I agree 100%. One, Bears defense, 85 defense, and several other Bears defenses could be the best of all time. That and defense just wins games.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
That's why I like playing
defense,
dude. Defense in college was fucking...
This guy played D3 college football. You can tell by this build.
Look at me go.
So I had a question for you before this goes full sports, and I have to go into another space in my brain.
Go for it.
Like in the creator space, are you guys... Is it like comics nowadays where it's like everybody's friends, everybody knows everybody, like...
Yeah, I mean, I would say...
Obviously competition, but some camaraderie, like...
There's like a lot of certain people you meet that... There's certain people you meet you become, friendlier with. Yeah, you click with a lot more. You talk with them about like, hey, are you seeing like a drop in like brand deal opportunities, or like, hey, I'm working with this company, I saw you work with them, and there's certain creators you might like collab with, like become friends with and collab with. I think 2020 and 2021 is where a lot of those relationships were formed. Yeah. Because it was like
early days.
TikTok was so new to everyone still that it was like, what are we doing? I would say it's not as much like I love how comedians have it in a way, but you guys also earn that because you're in the trenches together.
For sure.
And it's way harder than what the fuck.
Did you ever do stand-up or anything like that?
I haven't done it. I mean, I don't know if I would do it. I haven't
the worst.
The thing is,
did you never not do no stand up?
Here's what it is with stand up. Like, I respect the fuck out of people who do it and they love it, and I don't want to be like half-assing it when I know there's people.
Well, you found your lane and you do so well in it.
Yeah,
that's a respectable way to approach it because there are a lot of in the way people. Not that you would be one by any means, but there are a lot of people who are like, I'm just here to have friends, and you're like, you're taking a spot away from the rest of us.
I'm not
do it for a fucking living.
I'm not trying to.
But I think you have a big enough audience on one side to not be those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're. I'm not calling any names, but you're not a UFC fighter moving into comedy. You're doing online comedy, moving into comedy.
Yeah, and the stuff I make online is like it's relatable and like funny, and I feel like I could talk about relatable experiences, but like the presence and the control that comedians have. Like I admire comedians, like I admire fucking artists. Like it's so sick.
It's a craft.
It is one of the same. It's like it's so sick to see someone up there fucking killing it, singing or playing guitar or on like with their set. Yeah. And stand up, and like I just admire that a lot, and like I don't know. I feel like maybe I could do it, but I don't feel like so drawn to it.
If you're not drawn to it, it's a very time consuming. So if you're not drawn to it, you're going to do it once or twice and not do it. Unless you fall in love with it, which is a
Unless
possibility.
he writes a really good 30 minutes or whatever and then just does it whenever the hell he wants to.
Well, writing
he's
30
Nameless
minutes
James,
takes two years.
And it takes time to,
Well, how many comics do we know that wrote 30 minutes and they've been rocking those 30 minutes for fucking 10 years?
By the way, you're so right, dude. 95% of the comics, Sony, just fucking rock the same shit. And like, don't even try to write new shit. We know those people
in the Chicago scene too,
dude.
You get one in with something, and you could do one show a week there for the rest of your life, and now you're just doing the same 30,
dude.
Or the same 5. Yep. All right, I got some rapid fire questions for you that we do.
Question.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if it's going to be in there, and you end the podcast. But have you ever interacted with Lil Wayne?
Oh, that's a good one.
Great question. He's commented on some videos, which is cool. I don't know if that's him or someone from his team.
Sure,
but
I think it's probably him.
So very interesting.
Nick believes,
and I'm happy to talk about this now because it didn't work out. So, I actually got an email like last year, 2023, in like April, from someone at Young Money that was like, "Hey, we've seen like it was after a Wheezy Wednesday video that I think it might have been like, it was like kind of right after that series started where I was just like doing that, and it's because I was posting some videos that I was just like, how is he not the GOAT? Like just trying to be funny but also argumentative with people, and he commented on one of those, and I got an email soon after that was like, we want to talk about, and it was their email.
Official header.
It was official, and they were like, we want to talk about you doing a collaboration, maybe something where he is in the video. And I was like, oh, holy fuck.
You just start crying.
Dude, so I get on the phone.
My eyes would well up.
Bro, I was tweaking.
Yeah.
And fucking, I end up having conversations with this person like over a couple weeks. I got on the phone with Karen Civil, who's like Lil Wayne's like OG. I don't know if she's publicist or agent or manager, probably all of it. She's like she's a beast. There's a picture with her and fucking Cole from Lyrical Lemonade from a Bears game like a couple weeks ago. Okay. Like Karen's been around. If you watch the original Carter documentary, she's like in that. Holy like shit. She's legit. So I'm on the phone with her, and I'll never forget this shit. I'm in fucking Winston-Salem, North Carolina for my brother's college graduation, and I get on the phone. and the person who I've been emailing with, she like connected me with Karen, and I'm nervous as fuck. And she's like, "Hey, so we hear you could do like, you know, maybe some sort of collaborative content with Lil Wayne, maybe like an interview type of thing." I was like, "Yeah, whatever you guys need me to do." She's like, "So I know you do those Sunday conversations," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like,
"Oh no!"
But no, I wasn't lying. But I had no idea what she was talking about yet. I hadn't like it hadn't clicked, and I'm like, she's like, "Okay, great. So like we want him to be a guest on your show," and I kind of like had a process, and I was like, "Oh, she's thinking about Caleb Presley."
Yes.
Oh,
like long hair, fucking mustache.
Yeah.
Oh,
like she's not
Caleb Presley,
dude. She literally was thinking about Caleb, dude.
Oh my God.
And so I'm sitting there like, I literally went on mute.
Is Glenny Balls there too?
I went on mute and I was like, "Oh, fuck this!" I'm like, this fucking. They thought I was Caleb Presley this whole time. They don't want anything to do with me. This is bullshit. Like, I want to.
Way cooler though.
Like, I'm like afraid. I'm like, well, not afraid, but I'm just like sitting there, like almost like embarrassed in that moment because I'm like, this
Not
is
your
like,
fault.
but
that sucks.
she goes. I was like, so I said it. I'm like, "Oh, I think you're thinking of Caleb Presley. He's a content creator. Like he does, well, not content creator, but I was like, he has a show and he does these interviews. He just had like T-Pain or whoever he had just had on there." And she was like, "Oh, you're the Wheezy Wednesday guy." And I was like, "Yeah." And so we ended up having a good conversation. Okay. And she was like, "I want to talk to you."
Emotional roller coaster.
Dude,
right?
bro, I was so depressed. I was so happy.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Okay, we want to keep in conversation. He's on the go a lot. But we would love to talk with you about a rollout for like the Carter 6. And I was like, "That would be a fucking dream. Whatever you guys need, I'll fly to you, blah, blah, blah."
I'll pay for it,
dude. I'll fucking pay for it. I don't need shit,
whatever.
Dude. Yeah. You guys need me to get coffee? Like, what do you need? So I kept in touch with their contact that was not Karen, their other contact for, all of the rest of 2023. That the rest of that 7-8 months. And then halfway through 2024, we would check in with each other. She would text me and she'd be like, "Hey, sorry, this keeps dragging. Like, there's a lot of shit." There was one show they wanted to see if I could make it to, and it was just like,
it's just a matter of time.
It was like, and it was like the day before, and I was like, I can, and then they ended up getting back like, "Oh, sorry, we like spoke too soon," type of thing. And then the girl that I was in touch with doesn't work there anymore.
Like,
no, fuck. So you lost your contact.
Well, lost my direct contact, but I still have Karen's email.
Okay.
So
you don't want to burn that.
I do want to reach back out at some point and try to formalize something.
Hey, can we get you back on the podcast after you meet with Lil Wayne?
100%.
Oh yeah, we got to do a Where Are They Now after you meet with Lil Wayne,
who I have met and become friends with, and is a fucking awesome guy.
Yeah, right. I'm like kind of scared, like that, because I work in film, so I meet people all the time that are people's idols. Lil Wayne, I'm the only person that really gave me that like was Chris Rock when I met him at Fargo.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Where I also met my girlfriend, which is great. But Lil Wayne, I just want to be chill with him. Dude, I'm gonna be like geeking out.
I already know the first thing I'd say is like, "Hey, big fan, but I know you're a Packers fan. I'm a Bears fan." I don't know where that leaves us.
He knows his shit. Huh?
He does with sports.
It's cool to see him on the sports wrap-up.
Yeah, he does know his shit with sports. But I was gonna say I met fucking Kevin Rudolph from like Let It Rock through fucking. Remember Let It Rock? You remember that song?
Probably.
You do. Like 2009. You fucking remember it.
Yeah. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it perfectly like I
remember it.
But, dude, that guy. That guy.
We can't put it on. They're gonna mute us.
But, dude, he's the fucking man, and he like worked with Young Money and Lil Wayne for a while. And he I posted a video with best songs of 2009. I included this, and he reached out and he was like, "Hey man, I just love what you're doing. I love creators.
That's
awesome. If you ever need advice, let me know." And I've kept in touch with him, and he's the most genuine dude I've ever met.
So sick when you find the outliers.
So when I told him, I'm like, like, hey man, I might meet like Lil Wayne. He was like, dude, I spent a lot of time with Lil Wayne. Like you're gonna get along with him really well. But he was like,
fuck yeah,
being like big brother or like kind of uncle type of thing, where it was like, hey, like, be yourself, talk sports, talk whatever, don't be. So he was like really kind of coaching me through how, you know, if we met, because that was like right when the Young Money thing was kind of seeming like it was gonna work out.
Yeah, you really gotta you just gotta be yourself.
You do, because people can kind of read through when you're not. And
I was talking about this with Calvin last week, or a couple weeks ago, but we dropped it this week. Authenticity is the really only thing you have to worry about. Like, if you're an authentic human, nice, just honest, authentic to who you say you are, people pick up on it. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's douchebags all the way around, and I know some, you know some. I'm sure we all know some.
We all know some.
But yeah, the people who are authentic, people recognize real, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of just like, you know, if you think about who you really admire, like, you probably admire them because they're themselves more than anything. Dope. Yeah, so I try to remind myself of that. It's very easy, I think, especially like early on, like with content creator stuff. You're like, I don't know what the fuck people in this industry like think, and you think about it as like
it's really a person by person basis.
It is 100%.
Which is everybody's different.
It's like you forget that everybody really like plays by the rules of life.
Yeah.
Celebrity aside, it's like, I asked earlier with like, do you get along with any of the creators? And it's like, the ones that I vibe with, like anything else in life, creators or industry aside, like people that I might run into, some of them we're going to hit it off with, and some of them it's going to be neutral, and others are going to be like, wow, that guy's a real jerk off.
Yeah.
Like,
we all wipe our ass at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's do this rapid fire, but I think what would be cool is while we were doing it, can we do a live pizza tasting?
Yeah. Wait. Before we get into it, let me piss.
Yeah, go piss.
Take your time.
Nick will show you where it is.
I don't want to feel.
He'll even hold it and shake it for you if you want him to.
There we go.
Yeah, let's do that. Would be fun, man. I appreciate you coming, dude.
I love it.
Fuck yeah, thanks for stopping by. I know it was short notice, and we're kind of out here, but
it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's no traffic right now.
No, it was perfect.
Traffic's such a fucking bitch in this city.
By the way, I've never seen the Cornicello bracelet before.
This one?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
That's sick.
I got this shit in Florence. I'm not Italian. I'm a wannabe. I'm dating an Italian.
No, but you got that vibe to you. Like,
my
you have that made man kind of
thank you.
to you. Know?
My grandpa wears one like this on his wrist and his neck.
That's great.
He ran all the gambling machines and the poker machines and the pool machines and the jukeboxes in Chicago in the 70s and 80s, and he retired like probably 10 years ago. But I grew up going around the city with him doing that as a kid, which was fun as shit. So
that's awesome.
I dig this. I got this in Italy.
That sounds like the role of a lifetime.
I wrote a movie about him.
I'm saying it sounds like one.
Dude, it's a cool story. Were you open on Christmas?
No.
Shut it down?
Yeah, we shut it down on Christmas.
You're not trying to feed the Jews? Dude, my girlfriend's dad went all out for Christmas. It was
Chinese
pretty cool.
has that on lock.
Chinese has it on lock. Dude, he ordered, do you know what Goldbelly is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he did Goldbelly. He Goldbellied in lobsters from Maine.
Oh, come
like 4-pounders. He Goldbellied in lasagna from this place in New York he likes. And he Goldbellied in buffalo wings from the original home of Buffalo Wings in Buffalo, New York.
Insanity.
It was so fucking good, dude. I gained like 12 pounds.
Fry those, or how do you?
So Goldbelly comes with specific instructions on exactly how to reheat it. Everything's pre-cooked and pre-made.
For sure.
But
I tried to get on it. They're like, thanks but no thanks. We got a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
I'm shocked.
Respect to Goldbelly. It's why it's good. It's because it is ultra curated.
They're selective.
I'm not saying if I tried again now I'd get on, but I will say I think if I tried again now I'd have a much better shot than when I did.
You should try again.
I was pretty early on, but we'll see. Pizza is also the most contentious food group on Goldbelly, so it's tough. But I love what they're doing. It's sick.
Yeah, I do love Goldbelly, and I like. Speaking of like how they're being selective, I typed in po' boy, and I got 2 places in New Orleans.
Oh, you did? Would you get a muffalata or something?
No, I typed in po' boy. I wanted a po' boy.
Po' boy, yeah.
And I got
beautiful.
2 places in New Orleans. That's it. All right, we're going to do this rapid fire.
Let's do it.
And we're going to eat some pizza before we do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before or after?
No, let's do it on air.
Or
Let's eat some
during?
pizza.
During?
Let's take one bite at least.
Yeah.
Let's show off the pizza. It's good pizza.
Hand me the
Dude,
box.
You guys are fucking
I'm
genius.
excited, bro.
Beautiful.
Great. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is my logo.
Yeah. I
Shout out
love
to Jeremy
that.
Fish, the artist who designed it for me. And before I show you the pizza, I gotta kind of prep it for you so that we can get some proper content.
That's
with
what he's doing.
the king of content over here. This is
Nuts.
me, right? But
Dude.
I look like this every day, right? So,
Dude, you really
now's
do.
your opportunity.
Bro, that's awesome.
Can we swing the mic away from you for a second?
Yeah.
This is your opportunity to beat me.
Hey!
Hey! You gotta give up some of these. Yeah, I love it. I think you were rocking a chain. You can throw the chain in front of the box. There you go. There, now it's complete.
There it is.
There we go.
There she goes.
I love it. So it's a classic New York cheese. We do like
Ooh.
5 styles at one spot, 5 at another, 7 between the two.
Is that not just completely him every day?
Yeah, so I
on
just
brand?
didn't have plates, but here, you can both like take one of
That's
those.
sick.
Here, I'll hold the box for you.
Yeah. Get comfortable. So
You all only been eating.
I'm chilling. Maybe after I
Yeah, let's go
take
right
a hit
for
off
it
the
here.
rigatoni later.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited. It smells
I
like
never had your New York style. I've only had the
Proper
grandmas in
fold,
the
I
Detroit.
appreciate that. Giving it some architecture like it deserves, like it calls for. Yeah, we do New York, Sicilian ground with Detroit, cracker thin.
Bro, the sauce?
Chicago cast iron, Chicago deep dish. So, gluten free.
Holy fuck.
Yo, did you see my comment on live today? I signed up right away. I didn't want to start anything.
Over Galucci. Listen, I appreciate the loyalty, but as I said on live, and I'll say it again right now, Gianni Galucci is a dear friend of mine. He helped me.
I didn't know that. I signed up. I got scared.
That's right. He gave me in many ways, I don't want to say my start, but like when I needed help, he propped me up. When I didn't have a mixer to mix my dough out of, when I was still in that pop-up stage, he opened up his pizzeria to me, let me use his mixer, let me use his walk-in. He never had to do any of that. Forever remember him for that. And all of that, all those good deeds and benevolence aside, if you like Neapolitan pizza, he makes among the very, very best I've ever had.
It's really good. I was
yeah.
just talking shit.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
This is crazy good, dude.
Rapid fire?
All right, let's do the rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Dude, I ate this pizza in 3 bites.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Rapid fire. Would you ever live in a content creator house?
Oh my god.
House.
I have another story about that.
What about it?
Hold the rapid fire.
Yeah.
No, it was created this like content house kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like they had some creators from outside of
You have a
California.
girlfriend you moved with, so I would imagine the answer is no at this
Well,
stage of your life.
yeah. Obviously, I told
Well,
them
maybe
I'm like, hey, I'm not living in this like house, but
This big brother house.
I'll come up from like Orange County, and I'll like come to some of the monthly events and stuff because there are brand deals that might come with it and like other shit.
Yeah.
But there were creators living at the house, and bro, yeah, this I don't know how much we'll keep in with this, but dude. It's a fucking nightmare. And
I've dealt with them. A lot of comics. Pizza,
dude, it's crazy because everyone has a bad fucking experience with them. Everybody.
I've worked for them before too.
Dude,
They're just such a
very
big
cold.
company.
It seems
They're hard
like
to get around.
Everybody is afraid of losing their job.
Yep.
So nobody really wants to even slightly color outside the lines. And
Yep.
it's like, yeah, but that's how all the fun stuff happens. Like,
a lot of insecurity.
Did
For
they
sure.
take a while to pay you as well?
Yes.
Like at least
Yeah.
over a month.
Bro, the first
I wasn't
event.
even gonna say that.
So
but
there's gonna be
also-
creators that were living there, and then creators that were local that would come to be a
Yeah.
part of it, and obviously the creators that were living there were benefiting from like free rent and like certain amount of
Yeah.
groceries and shit. But like there was a lot of things that I would go to, and mind you, I'm driving like an hour and a half, and each time I'm going up there, and whatever, and fucking it's a commitment. It's like my whole day, and it was a lot of unpaid stuff.
Yeah.
But they kind of held all the creators that were like coming to the same standard as the creators that were living in the house, so it was kind of just like unfair in that way.
Yeah. Weird.
It was like, hey, if you want some of these brand deals, you have to come to some of this other stuff that's like necessary for our channels to grow.
Yeah.
And they got like rights to all your content that you were like creating, around their stuff. Anyway, there was like a Rolling Loud night, and my girlfriend and I go, and we were there with the group, and we had to get some certain content there, and then me and Bella were like, we're getting the fuck out of here, because it was just like we didn't want to be a Rolling Loud in general. Sketchy. It was sketchy as fuck, dude. It was sketchy as fuck, and it was just like not a good time. We wanted to leave, but we drove my car to the content house, and we parked there, and then we went with them to Rolling Loud. So we Uber back to the content house, and there's like, you can walk around the side of the house to the back, and there's a pool, there's a little side area that has a bathroom, and there's the house. So Bella goes into the bath. We both had to go to the bathroom before we were going to drive back to Orange County. She's in the bathroom, and I'm like kind of just standing there like waiting, and I didn't want to go in like the house, but lights are on, and I like kind of saw like the deck had a bunch of fucking, like the light was just kind of glistening off the deck like a bunch, and I'm looking closer, and I'm like, that's fucking glass, and the whole back door was shattered, and the place got completely robbed.
Holy shit.
And
God.
She was in the bathroom, and I'm just seeing this from like, and I started walking.
Is there anybody in the house?
I started walking. Well, that's the thing. It's like I started walking towards it, and I'm trying to like peer in the house. Like I'm walking up the step of the deck, and Bella's in the bathroom. And I don't want to freak her out, but like it's. I'm trying to process it all at one time, and then I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't be looking in the house in case there's fucking people in the house. And then I'm like, all right, she needs
actively robbing it.
I'm like, she needs to get the fuck like out of the bed. And she was in there for like 10 seconds, and all this happened. Like, but it feels a lot longer.
Yeah.
So then I'm like,
waiting. Tell a story where your girlfriend's taking a shit.
But I'm like waiting for her to go, and then I had a fucking pee
like 42 minutes.
I had to pee too.
You're filming this whole thing? Like,
I had to fucking pee too, and I'm like, we need to fucking leave right now. I'm texting her, and she comes out. I'm like, I think someone broke in the house, and then she's like, what? Where? I'm like, I don't know if there's people fucking here, and so we end up having to like leave, and then I like the reps were just not great to work with, so I didn't know who from the group I should like text or whatever. So I texted the whole group, and I'm like, hey guys, like I don't know if any of you are on the way home, but house for sure got broken into because there's broken glass and whatever, and all of it happened. But what was crazy was one of the reps. So I ended up got out of whack a little bit. Before texting the group, I texted one of the reps, and I called another one because another one was kind of like a bro, like kind of guy. I felt like I could talk to him. I didn't know him that well, but he was the only guy that I was like, maybe.
The vibes were right.
And he was like hammered when I called him. And he's just like, he was like, yo, yeah, definitely called this other one. We have to take this part out.
She's on him.
Yeah. And he's like called this other guy, or text him. And so I texted him, and he was like, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna text the group just in case anyone's on their way home.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't tell anyone. And I'm like,
yeah, but it's a matter of safety.
I'm like, bro, like, yeah, people broke into the house. Like, I don't know if me and Bella just got out of there. Like, and Bella was like, fuck that guy. And like, just from my phone texted the group, and yeah, like, it was just one of those things where it's like, damn, like a big ass company like that, so fucking unprofessional.
Yep.
Like, and it was the only content house experience I've had, and it was a house that got broken into, and like took no liability.
That's crazy.
Like none.
That's fucked up on their part because they're such a big company, and they, I don't like the monopoly they have on tickets and concerts and stuff either. But that's at an insane other level. Let's take these up-and-coming creators, put them in a content house, and it gets robbed, and it's not
Imagine
their
if that was the fucking middle of the night, dude. There's like,
or somebody got shot.
Yeah, or like, what if someone stayed back for
you turned around the corner, and they were like, fuck.
Bro, literally. like me or Bella or someone didn't go to the concert.
Didn't
they were home.
Kind of heard people still in there?
Well, I don't know if that was just in my fucking head at that point or if it was whatever, but I saw the broken glass and like didn't really know. I just lights were on and things that I didn't feel like were on when we all left.
Damn.
And yeah, it hit me like as I was looking in. Like I don't think anything startled me to think like, oh fuck, maybe someone's in here. I think it just hit me like, oh, maybe they're robbing.
Was he all like, I can't believe you hit up the group chat after I told you not to? Or
well, he didn't. I texted the group and like I didn't send him anything else.
Yeah,
text him anything else. And then later, I think the next day he like called me to like give me an update, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, I didn't mean to say like don't text the group." And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, I just
like
wrote,
you
don't
for
text
sure
the group.
were worried about your fucking job. But, like, it's crazy because I don't think they got, like, cameras at the house after that. I think they got the fucking window fixed.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, you know what? You're dealing with a bunch of 18-year-olds who just want to make content.
It was in, like, Sherman Oaks. It was in, like, a nice area.
Yeah.
Did stuff get robbed from the house?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a couple creators lost, like, you know,
laptops.
The shit that would get stolen.
My ring light.
Yeah. But
did they take the Bears' touchdown away from them?
Yeah.
The fuck? Will you put the game back up in here while we do the rapid fire?
All right, sorry. That was the long.
No, I love this story. Don't apologize.
That was intense.
That's a dope question, dope answer.
It was a shit experience with them. It was terrible. And like,
I'm done interjecting.
No, you can interject, dude. This can go. I'm just following the trajectory. Anything else that happens that's fun, I'm here for it.
I love it.
I'm here for it. I can't believe they took the fucking touchdown away. The Bears can't get a fucking challenge in their favor.
They couldn't even get a field goal.
No, it's fucking whatever. I don't want to get started on the fucking Bears. All right.
Ew, we playing?
No.
Fake.
Oh, I was like, well, we're here in a basketball.
Movie perk.
L.A. or Chicago?
Chicago.
Why? I live here, but other people don't. I'm just explaining.
LA's not a city, dude.
Thank you.
LA is like a bunch of neighborhoods. I guess Chicago has neighborhoods, but you never feel like you're in a city when you're in LA.
Okay, but say one positive thing about LA, because I will.
Nice weather.
Okay, that's...
What's yours?
Dude, I think it's... And nobody gives it credit for this, but I do think it's one of the best food cities in the country. And I think it's quite obvious that they're going to have the highbrow stuff. But in terms of like ethnic melting pot food, availability, cheap food, obviously food trucks... You know,
definitely have more credibility to
Korean
speak
barbecue,
on that.
so on and so forth. Like,
I love the Korean barbecue.
This is available in droves in LA.
Okay, if we want to go positives of LA, I could give a list.
Yeah.
I think the food is great.
No one brings that up, so I'm just
I think the food in Chicago is better in this way. If you were to go into a random place here or a random place in LA, the random meal here is going to be better than the random meal in LA.
I agree.
It's kind of like if you know in LA.
Yeah, but great point with some of the best, arguably the best Mexican food in the country. Like the Asian food, like
Mexican, Asian.
Can't compare to here. Like LA is like, yeah, Korean barbecue or sushi or fucking, dude. Even just like the options for Hawaiian food, we don't have Hawaiian food here. They have Hawaiian fucking barbecue places everywhere, and they're bomb.
We're starting to get some, and there's one really good one. Shout out to
great to hear.
Aloha.
Like any Vietnamese food.
Well, they don't just do poke; they do Hawaiian skewers.
Oh yeah,
nice,
poke
delicious. Shout out
poke,
to Aloha,
Vietnamese Thai,
fucking Howley boys.
There's way more of a melting of cultures with food, and you definitely have more credibility to speak on the food scene.
Oh, whatever. I mean, it's like
I'd agree with you.
You spend the time out there.
Everybody gets an opinion.
You'll get like a bomb ass place and like the shadiest, most off-putting strip mall.
Yes,
like that they have.
You definitely, you have a point there with
right next
they have
to
really good food
in between a dispensary and a rub and tug. Like it's like, wow,
but that's also the downside of LA.
Yeah.
Is that like
too many hand jobs? Who is this old Korean woman? Why does she keep jerking me off?
Some of the nicest neighborhoods are like
I love rub too much tongue.
$40 every time. I don't understand why she keeps taking it from me.
Some of the downside I think in that is like with LA is like some of the nicest parts of the city are also just, you know, you don't want to hang out there. Like you don't feel safe. There's a lot of closed down places. You can't even
You're not safe.
Yeah, I feel much safer.
Are you safe though?
I feel much safer here than LA.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're gonna be the victim of a random crackhead, like
Truly.
smoking you with a brick in LA versus like
it's
here.
It's not surprising to hear that like that creator house thing happened. Obviously, it's an incredible home and an incredible neighborhood. But like, I mean, I'm lucky at this point. And lucky, I guess. I know some people have influenced, some net worth, whatever, in LA through just pizza, and you go into their neighborhood proper, and it's like, yes, big, beautiful, incredible homes, but so many of these neighborhoods aren't gated, and even they figure out what,
especially in the Hollywood Hills
ones too. But so many of them like aren't gated, and the moment you get out of that subdivision, it's just like. You would never think there's insane wealth in this area, and there totally is.
So
and
true.
not like you have to feel like you're amongst like opulence at all times to feel safe, but it's just so like the haves and have-nots are on top.
Do you think that's just because it's so expensive to live in LA?
Are like so uncared for. It's wild.
Do you think that's because it's just so expensive to live in LA that like there's not that differential? Like you go into a shitty.
I think that's part of it. I think you've got a governor of an entire state that's not really like addressing the homeless problem.
Yeah.
And that's not just LA. That's San Francisco. That's, Stockton.
San
Diego, probably. Santa Cruz.
Yep.
Like, part of it is just like, hey, where there is nice weather, you're going to have a concentration of homeless. I'm not anti-homeless, but I am anti not doing anything about it in favor of like helping people get home, get mental health, so on and so forth. And so it's like it's everything working against it all at the same time.
Yeah,
what a great vibe.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let's finish the rapid fire, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
So rapid fire is you don't have to rapidly answer. Just say what pops into your head the fastest. Okay.
Okay.
Hidden talents.
Fuck, dude. I don't know.
What pops in first?
I could draw.
Fuck yeah, you good sketch artist?
Yeah, I could draw.
Hell yeah.
I could draw like a motherfucker. Actually.
What's your favorite food place in Chicago?
Ooh.
Or favorite food? You can do
my favorite food place is La Josie.
I love that place on Randolph Street. Next to Au Cheval.
I haven't gone I feel like it was maybe a little.
Jose Andreas.
Yeah, I really love that place.
Yeah.
It's great vibes. It's always a good meal. Really good service. Great tequila mezcal selection. Good brunch. Probably just overall. Like I've had a lot of family.
I do want to be like that's an outsider coming into Chicago, but he is such a good dude and so wildly talented and like.
Yeah, I mean it depends. If we're talking about like Chicago.
Yeah, born and bred.
What's your favorite Chicago food? Like beef, hot dog, Chicago tavern style pizza.
Tavern style
tacos.
Pizza. There was a place called Phillies that was out in Westmont.
Okay.
That we grew up on, and I think they were like a Vito and Nick's family.
Sure.
Yes.
Something.
Vito and Nick's is legit.
Now the place Phillies has closed.
Isn't Kim's Uncle Pizza?
Uncle Kim's.
Kim's Uncle Pizza.
Or Kim's Uncle.
Yeah, that's in Westmont, and they just opened up Pizza Michi off Grand Avenue.
Yes.
They were the homies behind Pizza Fried Chicken Ice Cream back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In Bridgeport.
Yes.
But yeah. They've got it.
Shout out Pizza Fried Chicken Ice Cream.
Makes cracker thin pizza. I will say theirs is probably better than mine.
Yeah, the Phillies was the OG for us in Westmont, but yes, Kim's Uncle, same family,
Sick.
I think, and then
they're really good people.
I think whoever started
Vito and
Nick's was Phil. I could be wrong, but
Vito Nick's is fantastic too.
But yeah, that and then family, both sides of my family, South Side, so Palermo's.
Yeah.
Palermo's.
We grew up on Palermo's.
What's your what do you do first thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, usually coffee. Mm-hmm. Like literally pretty much straight to the espresso machine.
Nice.
You're double espresso guy, you cappuccino guy, latte
double espresso guy.
Fuck yeah, me too. Just
double
black.
Espresso, black.
That's how I do it.
I've always wanted to be a coffee person. I've got this weak, weird gut that's like, I'm queasy now.
You know, my gut's
we all shit our brains out, but that's what you do it at home.
My gut is not probably, yeah, I probably shouldn't have as much in whatever I do, but I love coffee. So usually it's like I'm there within a couple minutes of being away.
What's your favorite coffee brand? What do you go for?
There's a place by me that I would go to a lot called Bear Coast. So I don't know where they get the coffee.
When you buy beans.
Yeah, that's where I buy it. It's like it's called Bear Coast Coffee. Shout out Bear Coast.
You get the good shit.
There's a place in Hinsdale, Cafe La Fortuna. I love their family. Their coffee's really good. I like it better for like a pot of coffee though, or like than a espresso.
Never like the pods.
But no, I meant like pot. Like a whole, like I make like a whole
pod. Yeah, I get it.
But I like espresso more. But if I had a full pot, I would want theirs.
Yeah.
Cafe La Fortuna, their family has a farm in Chiapas.
What about if you just go to CVS or the grocery store and you're gonna get a bag of coffee?
Honestly, look for the one that looks the most fucking like
appetizing on the shelf.
Yeah, the most like if I'm like, did someone like spend their life like creating this brand, or like did they go on an ayahuasca retreat and they came out
diamond of coffee?
Yeah, well, it's not so much. Yeah. I just want to find if like I don't like Starbucks coffee.
Me either.
Much at all.
I go for the bright yellow $4.99 Cuban Cafe Bustelo brand. It doesn't change. You put 4 scoops of that in your coffee, you'll be shitting your brains out and you'll never need cocaine again.
Okay.
It's like, it's that shit.
Bongos like Ricky Ricardo.
Okay.
100%. You are ready to go. Living La Vida Loca.
Ready to hit your wife.
Jesus Christ.
What did you say? You're going to get a job?
I think my perception is probably skewed because I go to a coffee place like very close to me.
Well, that's cool that you got a place you could support.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Guess it depends on what constitutes a superpower. But if we're going original superpowers, like the OG, like invisibility or flying or reading minds, maybe like reading minds.
Reading minds is dope. You're more of an intellect. If you could, what motivates you to keep going forward in your career right now?
Shit. Honestly, like family, my girlfriend. Like I just want to make my parents proud, my siblings proud. My
you just want to make people proud.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like and help people out, like other creators and stuff. I
got you from the Akon video, so you're doing it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh shit! Shout out Akon. But yeah, just like I genuinely have fun. So like, it's not much of like a what's keeping me going as it is like I just want to keep doing that and keep making the family proud.
Have you ever had a video that you were really proud of that flopped and you were just kind of like, why?
Hell yeah, dude. What?
Do you have like one that sticks out in your mind? You're like, why did this flop? I was so excited.
Put that on.
I have one that I did a few times that I literally at one point where I was like, I'm going to keep posting this. And now it's done okay a couple of the times.
Yeah.
But the first time I posted it on TikTok and Instagram, it fucking flopped. Just go to my page. I reposted it kind of recently. The first time I posted, I was so pissed. It's the one with the bug eyes. This is like my favorite type of comedy. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I remember this one.
But it's like, you got to hear this for the context.
You can turn the sound on. It's his video.
That was literally it. It's just dumb, but
No, it's amazing.
it's just like stupid shit. I think is like. And if we're talking about one that I really loved, like I don't watch a lot of my videos and laugh at them.
So funny. The entire time we were telling the Little Wayne story, I was like, just don't make Play-Doh snakes in front of him.
But this video, dude, the first time I posted it, it got no love on TikTok or Instagram. I was so sad.
Crazy.
I was like, damn.
So you had to repost it a bunch for you to feel the validation you wanted out of it.
It was one of those where I'm like usually if something flops, I'm like, I don't really want to do that again. Maybe I try it another way, but I'm usually like not. That was one where I was like, fuck that. I love this video and I'm going to keep reposting it. Like,
yeah.
Delete the original one?
No, I just leave it. And then I there's been like a few videos I've deleted where it's like, something's like, over a day got like 400 views on TikTok. I'm like, okay.
You just got shadow banned for some weird reason.
Something's fucked up here.
When I get like 12 views.
But but
my family saw it.
I would say like I usually keep it up and just try. Like I post often. I post almost every day. So and I should post more. I was at a point where I was every day or like twice a day.
That's a good question. What is your rule of thumb when it comes to content creation? Do you think post more, post less? Is there a balance? Like how do you
Depends
approach
on where you're at for sure.
Okay.
But you see pages all the time where people post every 3 days and they crush every fucking video. And it's because like but you also find yourself like loving every video they do.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if you guys you know Devin Palmer.
Sounds super familiar.
Dude, you've for sure seen his shit on Twitter or something. This guy, bro, he's been, doing this since Vine or probably before. And his stuff is it's so well written and dry. But he doesn't post often at all. But like he has grown and kept the following from Vine to now and still is just revered
so because you can post like J. Cole drops an album and still fucking crush it.
Yeah. And
Casey Neistat, he just posts like once every fucking month.
Yeah. And everyone loves it. It's just like that. Like so it depends on where you're at. Like if you're trying to figure it out, still you need to post, I think, every day if you can.
Yeah.
And like even someone like myself, I'm not Bella always gets on me because I'm not active on my stories. I'm not like because I'm like someone that will put my phone down and lose it for the night. Like
right.
I don't want to get notifications or be on it. And yeah, it's just like there's times where I'm like, fuck, I need to be on it because that's part of my job. But
so that leads me to another question. How do you unwind?
Just like not being on my phone.
Yeah.
So just separating yourself from the phone is relaxing to you?
Yes. So I've gone since I've moved, picked up surfing, love surfing,
Sick.
go like every day, trying to get as good as I can at it. Have found friends doing
Where do you go surfing?
Like pretty close to me in Dana Point or like San Clemente.
Oh, you live in Dana Point?
Yeah.
You ever been to Truly, the pizzeria?
Yeah.
That's my buddy's pizzeria.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I have a slight beef with Truly.
Tell me.
No beef, but
I've never been.
The first time I went, no hate on your buddy.
Yeah.
Because they're loved.
Yeah.
And there's other pizza places there. Not saying I don't like Truly's as much.
I would say he's a better pizza maker than me.
But
whatever.
Is that the beef?
Here's the deal.
No. I
was misled. Okay. We went there right when it opened.
Shout out Chris Decker and John Arena.
Chris, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be hating. This is constructive criticism.
Yeah.
It's like a Yelp review in real life.
He's the guy who will take it, by
Dude,
the way.
it was just it was the only thing. And I'm like stubborn stubborn. But it was Decker. They had a thin thin pizza section.
Yeah.
And when it came, it was just not a thin pizza, at all.
Like one of his.
And it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was just that's how their thin is. And I was just like,
you felt misled.
I felt misled, and I was just upset. And it didn't taste bad at all.
Yeah.
My family just visited. We were there. Great pizza. They're like,
this is our thin.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
they like stood behind it.
Yes, it's still their thin. It's still their thin.
Okay.
It was just like a.
Again,
I was expecting Chicago thin, which maybe was a mistake, but I was expecting.
We do have regional interpretations of what we think thin and thick are.
That's probably
like
what
Chicago thin can either be cracker or it could almost be hand tossed.
He's got like an artisanal, almost neo-Neapolitan, like
some
at the intersection of like.
You don't hear neo before something that's not racist a whole lot.
Bro,
Who said it was?
I joined the neo-Neapolitans in prison. They kept me safe.
No hate on Truly at all. Just very misled. When I first went there,
Chris, he was truly confused by what came out, but he loved it.
I was confused.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The cameras are getting hot.
What was
so I'm
the
going to ask you 2 more questions. I asked you. We're going to do it real fast just because we're running low on juice. The question was.
You said, what do you do to unwind?
I said, well, yeah.
Yes.
And we got into pizza.
Surf, and then we got to Dana Point, and then we got to pizza.
I love that you surf. Surfing's up. I just recently took it up in Mexico. I've been doing it the last couple of years. Fucking do it. We should go surfing in Sayulita sometime.
Down.
It's cheap as fuck to get there. Shout out Sayulita. More people should visit. I used to want to keep it a secret. Yep. This year it was kind of quiet. It made me sad. All my friends down there want some business.
Dude,
I wanted to get some.
Sayulita's hype. San Pancho is like 30 minutes north of there.
San Pancho's the new Sayulita.
I love
like if
San
you couldn't
Pancho.
buy property in Sayulita and you got money, buy property in San Francisco,
dude,
because that's gonna be the next spot.
We've gone there the past couple of years with my family. It's fucking awesome.
All right, favorite Kendrick Lamar song?
Yeah, just one.
You can pick an album.
Fuck, dude.
Darker the berry, sweeter the juice for me.
Damn, great song. Favorite Kendrick song of all time? Damn, dude, that's like crazy. Well, if we went album,
yeah, you do.
I would say Good Kid, Mad City, only because it's like it was like your first.
I gotta go back to Pimp a Butterfly.
Pimp a Butterfly is great, but it's also a little more like I feel like serious. And like if I had only listen to one for the rest of my life.
I just love where I was in my life when I was listening.
That's
to
fair.
That
that's fair.
Like,
that's the most.
Don't kill my vibe.
That's
like,
a
lot of emotion in that shit.
Well, that's Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, it is.
That is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
you're fucking confused, Tony.
I would say probably that album. So probably a song from that album.
Nice.
Probably like.
So.
Yeah.
Money Trees?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You could just pick an album. So Good Kid, Mad City.
I would say an album would be a lot easier for me in this scenario.
Any brands you want to plug right now or anything you're working on that you want to talk about what's coming up?
Fucking A. I'm gonna plug my homie Billy's brand, him and his cousin Vincent Wadthad right here. Wadthad stands for What a Day to Have a Day.
Oh, cool.
It's just fucking awesome. Billy would say that shit in college all the time. And just hype. He's just a hype man. He's my dog.
A good vibe ambassador.
Dude, so he made this hat. He's made a bunch of other hats. They have no, from DC. Cool. Dude, just like good guys.
Sounds like we gotta have him out.
Dude, Wadthad, get the Wadthad team out here. Yeah, Wadthad, look up right there.
Wadthad.
Boom.
Any projects you got coming up that you want to plug? Any new partnerships or content you got coming out you want to plug? Or appearances?
Follow me on YouTube. Just trying to fuck around there. Honestly, I want
around on the YouTube.
I want feedback on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out what to do, so I'm posting it, but I'm like really engaging with comments. So if you don't follow me on YouTube,
the people want you to be gayer.
To a YouTube near you.
Dude, let's go. Let's fucking make something.
But I would love that.
Dude, yeah. But YouTube is really I'm not pushing any products or no merch, no show coming.
Pushing positivity.
Just stay tuned. Stuff's gonna happen. But
what's your favorite gig or thing you've gotten to do so far?
MLB.
And is it this one?
This is up there, but like talking.
No, I'm just kidding.
Any sort of brand deals? No, this is honestly a fucking probably my favorite like sit down conversation I've had.
It's been fun talking.
This
to you.
This has been awesome. I didn't even realize
you showed up.
I didn't even realize the time.
This was fun.
Like, oh shit!
Yeah, we're cruising through time.
Legit fan. Legit fan.
Oh, is it?
Well, either way, I feel like we've been here a long time.
I don't have a drink anymore. I do. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got a splash.
But the MLB thing was like really, really cool.
It was like
pretty
sick.
What are you doing with those guys now?
So it was 2022. They had this creator class, which was like nine. It was a starting lineup like of nine content creators. But we had to make content for them every month. But also got to like go to the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby.
Did you commentate?
The Field of Dreams game. No, we just got to go. Field of Dreams game.
So
crazy.
You said Southside. You're a
Sox fan. I saw the Cubs Reds Field of Dreams game.
Yeah.
You're a Sox
but yes,
fan?
I'm a Sox fan.
I love that this is the only time in history it's been more pathetic to be a Sox fan than a Cubs fan.
Yeah, literally.
My whole life it's been more pathetic to be a Cubs fan.
And we got to go to fucking 2 World Series games.
That's awesome.
It was the coolest experience I've ever gotten in my life.
Fuck yeah.
Like that team is amazing. The MLB team. Yeah, that was the coolest thing ever. Like
fuck yeah.
I would have done it for free 100 times over.
Yeah,
like
baseball culture's sick.
Yeah, it was. They just killed it.
One final question. We'll wrap it up. If you had one piece of advice, what would it be?
To anybody?
To just anybody, anything, anybody. There's just one piece to whoever.
Just be yourself.
Be your fucking self.
Just gotta be yourself.
I dig it.
Jack.
That's what matters most.
Nameless James.
Thank you.
Been fucking dope.
Appreciate it.
Professor Pizza. Thanks for stopping by.
No,
Fuck yeah. It's been a fucking podcast.